Yeah, it's a little cloudy, it's a little cool, but never too cool for some barbecue, Chuck Long. The ribs look tasty here in Champaign, Illinois, and Husker fans on hand to watch Nebraska take on the Fighting Illini. Let's go downstairs. Johnny Kane with Coach Cuba, guys.
Coach, you said in the past, too hyped for big games. What did you see from him this week as you prepare for the conference opener?
A lot more focus, and even in the pregame, we just kept it calm in there, just make them understand fundamentals, focus, and sometimes I think we get a little bit too jacked up and we don't play the way we should play. So that's hopefully that will transcend.
And how about you, your emotions, your Big Ten Conference debut here?
Yeah, hey, I'm just happy to be here, and we got great kids, and we want to do the best we could for the university and our football team.
Coach, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys, back up to you.
All right, thank you, Johnny. Thank Coach Cubitt. Crowd just now beginning to fill in. Little threat of rain. It's 58 degrees as we get ready to kick. A little breezy at times, up to 17 miles an hour. The forecast, Chuck, mostly cloudy. So it's October. It's Big Ten football.
Well, that wind's going to be swirling a little bit in this stadium. So as much as these two teams like to throw the ball, let's see how that plays out in this game today.
Illinois did win the toss. They chose to defer, so Nebraska will receive to start this game. Taylor Zaleski has it teed up at the 35. Line drive at the 1-yard line. Jordan Nelson has an open field, makes a nice cut, bangs his way past the 20. They'll mark him at the 22-yard line. A 21-yard return. And we will see Tommy Armstrong Jr. for the first time.
Let's see if they come out throwing the football. Again, I mentioned the wind early in this game. They've been really prolific in the passing game at Nebraska.
Tommy Armstrong, reigning Big Ten Player of the Week last week. I mean, he was dynamite. 368 yards, a couple of touchdown throws, 63 on the ground for another touchdown. Newby will be alongside Armstrong. 1st and 10, Huskers at the 22-yard line. Armstrong back in the pocket, pumps, brings it down over the top. He goes, has a man, and a beautiful near grab, incomplete. Brandon Riley had that ball momentarily at the 40-yard line.
And that's their big play wide receiver. He's been averaging about 20 yards a catch. And that was an excellent throw by Tommy Armstrong over the linebacker and underneath the safeties. Should come down with that football. Had two hands on it. Needs to come down. Good throw. Nice touch throw. And they really like this young man, Brandon Riley. But not a good start.
Yeah, he's a Lincoln, Nebraska product. Played at Southwest High School. 6'1", 195. Like to have that play back. Handoff straight ahead. Newby pounds it up the middle to the 29-yard line, and a knockdown hit by Monheim. Mason Monheim, the weak side linebacker, a gain of 7.
And Terrell Newby is their inside to tackle back, and he is strong and powerful. He's averaging 5.7 yards every time he touches the ball. So when you're on the road like this, you want to run the ball.
Newby lines up alongside Armstrong again. They put a motion man. That's Riley. Nice cut back, Newby, fighting for first down yardage, and he's going to be close, Chuck. 31 looks to be about a half a football or a football shot.
Well, that's a little wild. That's a little change up for Tommy Armstrong there. That's just a straight quarterback run. Usually it's a read quarterback run. A little counter play that did not work.
Crowd comes alive. Nebraska will punt it away. So Sam Foltz back inside his own 20-yard line. And watch out for Mr. Bentley. He can do it all. Line drive, and it is a rocket. Bentley will watch it bounce inside the 15. It's touched alive at the 10, and they will mark it down just outside the 5-yard line.
This is a great punt, and this is all about field position, especially on the road when you're in Nebraska. You have to create field position. You do that with your kicking game.
63 yards. Oh, he just danced out of the way. And that ball downed at the 6-yard line.
And he kept that ball low, Craig, so that ball would bounce for 63 yards instead of getting way up high in the wind.
Here's the pocket passer, Wes Lunt, 60% completion rate. Couple of picks, 6 touchdowns on the season. He'll throw on first down. Tough catch over the top on that far sideline down around the 12-yard line. And a nice catch by Murdoch, number 16. Marchie Murdoch, that's his 19th reception of the year, and it's good for 6.
I really like what Marchie Murdoch, he's really come on and watching tape of him all week. He's getting better and better with each game. That was a tough catch to make, and he made the catch coming off the goal line.
Backpedaling, Lunt in the pocket again, fires far side, incomplete. Josh Ferguson out of the backfield, the intended receiver, brings up 3rd down.
You're going to see a lot of passes outside the middle hashes and to the numbers for this Illinois offense. That's where they like to attack with their passing game. Those are good, safe throws on the outside, but Lunt has to get that ball down, make it a catchable ball for Ferguson.
Bill Cubitt really respects this young man, the junior out of Rochester, Illinois. He transferred from Oklahoma State, injury-plagued last season, and he is running the show. 3-1 are the Illini. This time the ball just out in front and incomplete. Malik Turner, the intended receiver. So he's trying to share the football. He's gone to Murdoch. He's gone to Turner. Each team 3 and out, so Illinois will punt.
He's a little antsy right now. That offensive line is protecting him. Okay, so he's getting a little antsy in the pocket. He's thrown a little bit too soon. Just wait a half a second and throw a catchable ball. He had 2 guys open there. He was inaccurate on both.
They Mournier Pearson L., who's been out with injury since mid-August, is back to receive the punt. Frayne will let it fly. Fair catch. Signal for, off his hands. That ball is loose. They're going to mark it down, 39.
You cannot advance a muffed punt, so it will come back, but it will be Illinois' ball. Got to be able to play that ball. That wind will wreak havoc when that punt's coming down. That wind gets it turning a little bit. You have to really concentrate.
You know, and Chuck Pearsonell, to his in his defense, I mean, he's been out since mid-August. Now, he was the big punt man last year. 3 returned for touchdowns. First time he's been on the field, and you know, has to be a little bit nervous.
That's the hardest job in football is a punt catch. And you're right, Craig. You bring him back and put him in that role. That's a tough role to be in to start off coming back off an injury.
49-yard punt, but Illinois has the football just inside the Husker 40-yard line. Play action to Josh Ferguson. Up top, home run ball. Little push, no call. And it's incomplete down near the goal line.
And this is where the Nebraska defense has really struggled so far this year. The play action pass against them. They just haven't been very good in that department. And this time they had good coverage at the end there. Nice job.
Chuck
by Jonathan Rose.
Yeah,
nice job.
Geronimo Allison actually had to play a little defense, didn't he?
He did.
6'4" big man had to kind of come in and knock that ball away. Wes Lunt hit his first pass. He's missed 3 straight. Ferguson in the backfield. He'll get the handoff. Nice cut, but it's stuffed off that right side. He was trying to run behind Karras, the right guard, and DeLauro, the right tackle.
It needs to be mentioned now, this Nebraska defense is #1 in the league versus the run. They have committed to stopping the run this year. Teams are only getting 73 yards a game against them. Their pass defense is last. They have to shore that up, but you can see why they're #1 against the run.
3rd down and 9. From the gun. Lunt stands, good protection, hits a slider across the middle, and it's inside the 35-yard line. Malik Turner with the reception, but he'll be short of the first down.
Just a little crossing route over the middle. You need to find routes to get to the chains. You know, they had a 3rd and manageable there, 3rd and medium, or 3rd and long, just try to get routes to get to the chains to give yourself a chance. But now they're playing for the field goal.
Well, Taylor Zaleski's going to try a field goal of 51. He had a 51-yarder last week for the win with just over 2 minutes left. And he's got a little wind swirling. Let's see what he can do from the 51-yard line. Good snap, good hold, kicks away. No good from 51. Last week it scored a win for Illinois. Comes up short here in the first quarter. We are scoreless in Champaign on BTN.
Football on BTN is brought to you by FanDuel, the leader in one-week fantasy football. By MFS, we believe in the power of active investment management. And by Nebraska Tourism. Visit Nebraska. Visit nice.
That's a beautiful look at the quad on the campus here of Illinois. We're scoreless. Yet to see a first down, Chuck, in this opening quarter of play.
Very surprising. You have two explosive offenses coming into this game and not a first down yet. I'm sure that'll change quickly.
Option on a pitch. Newby has room, but Illinois, beautiful job to spread it out. Taylor Barton, the strong safety, held his ground and ran him out of bounds after a pickup of 6.
And that looked like it was going to be a bigger gain. And Taylor Barton did a nice job of tracking Newby down. That looked like he was going to go for the first down.
That's his 15th tackle of the year. He's got 3 picks in that Illinois secondary. Newby stays in that backfield with Armstrong. Plows past the 40.
Right now, just Nebraska staying on the ground. A little option play, and then they handed one right up the gut.
Chuck, how much you think this wind plays a factor? It's breezy, it's swirling. I mean, if you get it behind your back, you might as well throw downfield, right? If you're thrown into it, run the football.
You try to do that. It just depends on. It looks like it's shifting quite a bit, but it's not an easy day to throw the football today. That's why you're seeing some more run game early.
Westerkamp was in motion. He lines up in the slot. Now the pass is tipped incomplete.
I did not like Tommy Armstrong's mechanics there. He was leaning back from his throw, threw right off his back foot. He might have felt some pressure there. That's why he had the high throw. Don't throw off that back foot. You got to stay balanced and tall and come through over a bent front knee. And Tommy was stuck in his stance and he couldn't get through that throw.
4 possessions, no first downs. Illinois brings the rush. Nice punt. Angelo Bentley. That ball is on the ground inside the 5. The beanbag is out, and they're going to down it at the 3-yard line.
What a weapon, Buster. Sam Foltz, 2 great punts.
2 terrific punts. Foltz, give him a game ball, at least so far, after a 52-yard boot. As interim head coach, I'm going to take you inside the Illini locker room after they knocked off Kent State in week 1, and what a celebration it was.
Just want to present the game ball to Bill Cuban for getting the thumb.
There was a lot of water being sprayed afterwards as Ferguson takes that little pitch out of the backfield and rumbles past the 10-yard line. By the way, Chuck, you have to mention Bill Cuban. He took over just 4 weeks ago after Tim Beckman was fired for mistreatment of his players, and Cuban and this Illinois team have really come together.
They have great chemistry going right now, and you saw his record as a head coach. He has that experience, which has helped them over these last 4 weeks, and they're off to a great start.
Ferguson, the lone back boy, tough reach by Luntz. Just barely got it in his belly, and Dietrich Young, the linebacker, made the tackle after a pickup of 2.
That's an underneath the center run play, and Illinois is not used to that. They do a little bit of that, but if you're a shotgun offense, sometimes it's much different footwork when you're underneath the center trying to hand the ball off. You saw that he had to really stretch out there. That could have been a dangerous play with the ball on the ground.
Still looking for the game's first down. Lunt comes up under center, now backs off. Ferguson right alongside from the gun. Nice cut. First down. There we go. Ferguson at the 45-50. Huskers chase him down and bring him down at the 37. Nate Gary saved it for Nebraska after a rumble of 48 big yards.
Well, I think they caught Nebraska's defense off guard. They usually throw the ball in that situation. They just went with a simple little run play inside, little zone play, and Nebraska was not ready for that, and they were out of their gaps, that Nebraska defense. Huge hole on that right side.
First down comes on the 15th snap of this game, and a beautiful run by Ferguson of 48 yards. Illinois in Nebraska territory. First down, fresh downs at the 37. Keyshawn Vaughn checks in. He'll wiggle outside, has room, breaks a tackle and stumbles past the 30. They'll mark him at the 27, close to another first down. Joshua Kalu, the sophomore quarterback out of Houston, Texas, with the tackle. 9-yard gain.
And they love this young running back, Keyshawn Vaughn. He had 80 yards last week against Middle Tennessee State. And he's really come on. He's a true freshman.
Out of Antioch, Tennessee. As you mentioned, the 13 carries last week, 80 yards plus an 8-yard touchdown. They stay with him. Breaks a tackle, leans past the 20. Nate Gary has, I'd say, been the lone Husker right now with tackle after tackle. He came in with 21, and he's got another tackle down near the 19-yard line and another big chunk of 9 yards.
They're playing soft coverage in the back end. Nebraska is they're worried about their pass defense, and because of that, Illinois is finding some easy creases inside with the run game.
Bill Cubitt told us we don't hesitate. We've got confidence in Keyshawn Vaughn when Joe Ferguson needs a rest. And they are showing it on this drive. Another cut back. He went up the middle, went left, and maybe a yard at the 18-yard line. Malik Collins with the tackle. I will say this about Nebraska, and something to follow all day, I think, Chuck, is that this defense, especially up front, has been decimated. Vincent Valentine, Kevin Williams. They've also lost the linebacker, Josh Banderas. They've had some struggles injury-wise.
And that's worth noting, Craig, because that's why sometimes you see those big plays, because you have new guys in there. They haven't been there long enough. They had a lot of repetitions.
67 yards over the past 4 plays, so Illinois has really opened up things offensively. Vaughn flushes out of the backfield. They want the big home run ball. Man coverage! And the ball dropped. Malik Turner got turned around. Had a good look in the corner. Incomplete.
They've had 26 drops coming into this game on the season. That's been a sore subject for Bill Cubitt, of course. That is a perfectly thrown football, back shoulder throw. Malik Turner just has to come up with that ball. That's perfectly thrown. That's how you coach it. He's got those hands up a little late.
Chuck, you told me yesterday, interesting, as an old quarterback from Iowa, you would tell your players, hang in there, I'm coming to you again.
Coming to him again. He's had a lot of drops. He has young players out there. Hey, stay confident with your wide receivers.
Lunt from the shotgun. Fires it far side. Is he in bound? Yes. Close to the first down marker. This is going to be a tough spot. He needed to go inside the 10. It looks like the official has it just inside the 10-yard line. Let's take a look.
See if he gets his. Well, he might be out. I don't know if he stayed in on that. We'll take a look at it. Just a little quick out.
Replay official today is Tom Fiedler. On the field ref is Ron Snodgrass, so we'll take a look.
Wes Lund has not been as accurate as he's been in previous games right now, starting off this game. He had Geronimo Allison on an out route. He's a little late, threw a little high. Here's the foot. I don't think he got in. Will it touch right?
You notice some pellets from that field kind of gets right there, right there.
Right there. The pellets help.
But did he have possession?
Did he have possession? That's the key. That left toe, he's dragging. That's good body mechanics by Allison. He has some length to him now. He's a 6'4" receiver. Get up and get that ball. That's tough to do, and teams work on that all the time.
Yeah, you know what? The toe was down, dragging the pellets as we talked. But now, though, possession maybe comes now, but we'll get the call from upstairs. Tough call.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. Completed catch.
Now, don't forget, it's 4th down right here, and Illinois loves to go for it on 4th down. They're 80% on the year. Here's a nice catch. Look at that. Good body mechanics. Possesses it. Left toes in.
Also looks like going Wildcat with Chase Crouch. They are going to mix it up. A little gambler is Bill Cubitt on 4th and inches. Keeper, Nebraska. You can't play it any better. Chris Webber filled the gap as Illinois went with the Wildcat formation. And this time, Illinois' luck on 4th down runs out.
And you have to love Chris Webber, former walk-on, making this play. But Chase Crouch, I believe, made the wrong decision. This is a quarterback read. In other words, he's going to read a defender and either hand the ball off or keep it himself. He probably should have handed the ball off there.
Chuck, that was a 79-yard drive, and Illinois comes up empty. They go Wildcat, and they come up empty still. Scoreless in Champaign on BTN. 5:44 to play, opening quarter. 2 missed opportunities now for Illinois, Chuck. They missed a field goal, and they missed that red zone opportunity.
Well, look at Ted Karras, right guard right here. He's trying to pull, and the Nebraska defensive line gets too much penetration. He could not block Chris Webber. That's why Webber made the play, because Ted Karras, the right guard of Illinois, could not get around to block him. That's an excellent play by Chris Webber, but really the penetration of the Nebraska defensive line.
Nebraska with the ball. They've got the fullback set in with Andy Janovich.
Andy Janovich, ball carrier.
Let's go to our Chicago studios for an update. Here's Mike.
Craig, we got a first half upset alert for you. 2 4-0 teams, and Indiana takes the lead. This Divine Redding touchdown stretches the lead to 10-0 over the #1 team in the land.
All right, thank you, Mike. Back here in Champaign, scoreless. Nebraska trying to get something going on the offensive end. Shotgun is Armstrong. He'll throw off his back foot, and wrapped up short of the first down is Janovich. I tell you, I love what Mike Riley said about Janovich on our conference call this week. He said, you know what, quote, he is a football player, period.
And not only that, he's a folk hero in Nebraska right now. He had 68 yards rushing, and he had a 53-yard reception as a fullback. First time they had a fullback carry the ball in 3 years at Nebraska, and the place went nuts when that happened.
Yeah, he has 5 carries. He's averaging nearly 14 yards a touch. Terrell Newby back in. He lines up alongside Armstrong. Armstrong really never got his feet set, Chuck. Ball incomplete. Still though a catchable ball for Riley, number 87, down the 25-yard line.
Well, Brandon Riley needs to make this catch. He's off to a rough start catching the football. But both quarterbacks a little antsy in the pocket right now. Just keep your feet still. That's a catchable ball, though. That's good placement by Tommy Armstrong, even though he's throwing off his back foot a little bit here. But that's a catchable football, and Tommy knew it. Now, again, go to the sideline, encourage your players. Don't get down on them.
Another big punt. Bentley will return. Spins out of a tackle 40, 45, 50. Watch out, Bentley gets this crowd up off their feet. It's buzzing in Champaign. A 52-yard punt and a 29-yard electrifying return up to the 43-yard line.
And that's what D'Angelo Bentley does so well. He's very quick. Sometimes when you have big punts or deep punts, you get good returns off of it because your coverage isn't set yet. Here he is spinning, making some people. This is all Bentley right here, making people miss. Nice return.
Chuck, this is an Illinois player, the first to score off a kick, a punt, a pick, and a fumble return and find the end zone.
I think you have to go all the way back to Red Grange, and we'll talk about Red Grange later, I'm sure.
Illinois goes back to work. Ferguson, who got a nice spell from Keyshawn Vaughn, is tackled for a 2-yard loss.
Here's Illinois going to a heavy set. They had some tight ends in the game, and they do that just as a changeup and also to give their receivers a rest. You know, they're about 84 plays a game right now, so they have to give those wide receivers a little rest. That's why they go the tight end set, and also a changeup, try to run the ball, which would be very hard against Nebraska.
You saw Ferguson go off the field. Looks like he was carrying an injured shoulder. Keyshawn Vaughn back on the field. Little stop and go. Maybe 2 yards up to the 43.
And Illinois just trying to run up the strength of the Nebraska defense right now. Don't forget, this is the defense that's #1 in the Big Ten in rush defense. I know they've had some injuries.
Yeah.
But it's surprising to me that Illinois is trying to do that. Now they're in a 3rd and long situation, which is very tough to overcome whoever you are.
3 wide receivers near side. Vaughn the back alongside Luntz. Luntz steps up in the pocket, goes man coverage right on the button. Geronimo Allison. He turned, Chuck, and as an old quarterback, you got to appreciate this pass. He put it on a line, and he was thrown to a spot, and Allison was there.
That was a great throw because Nebraska had a cover 2, meaning they had a corner up short and a safety deep, and he put it right in the hole in between them. That's that big play defense that's really hurting Nebraska right now. This is 3rd and long. Good toughness in the pocket by Lunt, taking a hit. But that's an excellent throw with pressure. Right in that little soft spot against that cover 2 defense on the sideline.
Allison last week, career high 10 receptions, 127 yards against Middle Tennessee State. He's got Illinois again inside the red zone. Fresh downs, Keyshawn Vaughn. And he gets slapped down around the 15 after a gain of 3.
And Nate Gary from Nebraska as a safety has been very active. He is a good, sure tackler in that secondary. And sometimes those safeties have to commit to the run fast, but they read high hat or low hat on the offensive line. If it's low, it's a run. If it's high, it's a pass.
Illinois gives us the I formation, 2nd down. Vaughn breaks a tackle but can't slip Nebraska. He'll lose yards back to the 22. Chris Webber again. A loss of 8 yards.
Well, Illinois is trying again, trying to go toe-to-toe with this Nebraska defense. They're putting tight ends in there. That was just a basic I formation with 2 tight ends and 1 wide receiver trying to run it. But you see what Malik Collins does up front. He just wreaks havoc.
Yeah, he stopped the flow, and Weber said, I'll come in and take care of it from there. Now a big 3rd down play. Four wide receiver set.
Nebraska showing 3-man rush here with 1 blitzer.
And now we've got flags, whistles. We get a timeout. We did. Nebraska calls a timeout.
Timeout, Nebraska. They're first. This will be a 30-second timeout.
So Mike Riley takes a timeout with just under a minute to play in the opening quarter. And Illinois banging on the front door.
Well, you want to make sure you got 3rd and long here. Don't take a sack. Feel like you're in field goal range right now. Don't take a sack. You may not be able to get all the yardage back. Try to get some of it back to get a closer field goal at least.
This will be Illinois' 15th snap, Chuck, in Nebraska territory. And the Huskers have yet to reach midfield in this first quarter.
Well, Illinois has not been a good red zone offense this year. That's one place they've struggled all year long. They've scored points, but they have not been a good red zone offense. Only converting 74% in the points so far this year.
3rd and 15 after the timeout. Vaughn in the backfield with Lunt. They'll move from one side to the other. Nebraska showing blitz. Here they come. Little option read. Nebraska does a fine job knocking the legs out of Keyshawn Vaughn.
I think they just wanted to play for the field goal there.
Middle field.
Get it in the middle of the field. Get some points on the board.
And Josh Ferguson, he's a Doak Walker candidate. He's on the watch list, and he's on a slow walk back to the locker room. We saw him go out with one of those shoulders slumping. I believe it's the right side. And now Illinois will try a field goal with Taylor Zalewski. This will be a 41-yard attempt. He missed from 51 earlier. Line drive. Came off the foot in a hurry, and that wind really swirling, and the Nebraska holds. A miss of 51 and 41.
That's a tough miss right there.
We played 15 scoreless minutes. Illinois had their chances. Nebraska is still trying to get past midfield. We'll come back. Illinois, Nebraska on BTN. Illinois, Huskers in town, scoreless. When you look at the numbers, Chuck, my goodness, Nebraska, no first downs, 23 total yards, less than 5 minutes of possession. And Illinois had, what, 2 opportunities, actually 3, to put something on the board.
No first downs by Nebraska. They've had 3 manageable third down situations as well.
Alonzo Moore.
Little jet sweep there.
Yeah, a little 11-yard gain. He's carried the ball. I mean, this is nothing new. He's had 5 carries coming in for 49 yards. Picks up 11.
Those are good to start a drive this year. Just a little jet sweep to get on the edge of the Illinois defense. Get a little gain out from your own end zone.
And Nebraska finally puts a first down on the board. Janovich bounces outside, then stacked up after a gain of about 5 at the 40-yard line.
Nebraska trying to attack the edge of the Illinois defense on 2 plays in a row, and they've been successful. Had to fly sweep first play, and Janovich fullback on an outside zone play off tackle. And that's looks like they want to attack. They had some adjustments on the sideline trying to get to the edge.
Second down, 6. Armstrong throws it. Man open, but overthrows him down at the 15-yard line. And we were just talking, where's Jordan Westerkamp? 26 receptions coming in. He's caught 5 straight touchdowns in 5 straight games.
Well, Jordan Westerkamp had his defender beat. A little stop and go, and he had a touchdown. And Tommy just threw it too hard with the wind. He has the wind right now at his back. He's got to put a little bit more air on that. He tried to drive it. Let the wind take the football. He had a touchdown to Westerkamp.
Armstrong. Combo quarterback showing us up. Oh, what a move at the 40 and bounced down of bounds at the 30-yard line. Oh, he's got the arm. He just showed you the arm strength. How about the leg power and the drive and the speed?
What a defensive coordinator Tim Banks told us in Illinois, you got to keep Tommy in the well. Keep him inside the pocket. Now he gets outside the pocket. He's as dangerous as anybody in the Big Ten, in the country. Stayed to the outside. Made a couple of moves. He's very smart with the football, and then he gets out of bounds. He can really hurt you with his legs. You see why, but Illinois needs to keep him in the pocket.
32-yard gain, Chuck. They had 38 before that run by Tommy Armstrong Jr. Now we got a flag out. 32-yard run. And I also noticed on that play.
Start. Offense. Number 70. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Don't try to arm tackle him up high. You got to hit him low.
You got to hit him low and again, keep him in the pocket. When he gets outside, he has the vision and talent of a running back. Here's the offside. Just a little, you get jumpy, especially after a long play. Sometimes you're tired and you're not concentrating. You have to concentrate.
That was Chongo Condolo. He's on my old name team, by the way. Play action. Armstrong rolls, slingshots it. Oh, another drop. Down inside the 20-yard line, Alonzo Moore had it right on the numbers, and it popped out.
It's been the drops. Maybe that swirling wind is, it's like a knuckleball coming in. It's an excellent throw by Tommy Armstrong and a bullet. Alonzo Moore he didn't get his hands up quick enough. Comes out of his break nice. Armstrong lets it go on time.
Play, personal foul, late hit, defense. Number 91, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That's DeJuan Smoot, number 91. They call his position Leo.
And that's unfortunate because DeJuan Smoot has had an excellent year. Leads the team in tackles for loss with 7 coming in.
And Chuck, this team is 10th nationally in that category. 35. They're always in the backfield, making big drops and losses. And as you mentioned, seven tackles for losses for Smoot, but he's flagged late on that play. And now Nebraska, 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Ozigbo is the running back. He'll hit the edge at the 10, at the 5. Touchdown, Nebraska.
Touchdown, Nebraska.
And Nebraska is attacking the edge of the Illinois defense. That whole series was a bunch of edge runs. Here's that off-tackle play with Janovich leading the way. Gets to the edge, and no Illinois defenders are out there. They all got hooked inside. There's no help.
Well, you ask, who's Divine Ozigbo? Well, he's 3rd in that I-back depth chart. He's a freshman. He's 5'11", 225, and he just went airborne to put Nebraska on top. The PAT is good, and after a struggle in the first quarter, Mike Riley and the Huskers, it's the Big Ten opener, and they're up 7 on the road on BTN. His only home victory over Nebraska came back in 1923. That's the day Red Grange, the Galloping Ghost, made his collegiate debut for the Fighting Illini. Chuck, oh, he was a difference. Scored all 3 touchdowns, 202 yards rushing, and also scored on a 66-yard punt return. The final was 24-7.
He is my hero, Craig. He is also known as the Wheaton Iceman. I'm from his hometown.
Not yours, it's his.
It's his. But he was very instrumental in getting pro football on the map. Back in the 20s and 30s, pro football was not making any money. And the great Red Grange got pro football on the map. They started making some money. So we owe a great deal of gratitude to Red Grange.
Drew Brown with the kick. Bentley pedals back. That ball's out. They'll down it 5 yards deep. And Illinois down 7 will have the football. Next Saturday, the nation's best teams right here on BTN at high noon. Top-ranked Ohio State will battle Maryland. And then at 3:30, we got a good one from Ann Arbor as 16th-ranked Northwestern will take on number 22 Michigan. Then, Chuck, prime time. Number 2 Michigan State heading into a battle under the lights at Rutgers. This next Saturday, pregame coverage starts at 10:30 Eastern on BTN and BTN to go.
What a great race already this year. It's going to be fun all the way to the end in this conference.
Understand Ohio State trailing Indiana, second quarter. Ooh, that pocket collapsed. Nebraska with a little Malik Collins comes in with the tackle. And you know what? Sacks don't happen at Illinois. In fact, only 2 sacks allowed until Lunt went down.
Here he is right here, and he is wreaking havoc on this Illinois offensive line right now. You better block him first, especially on an inside pass rush. You have to, the center and the guards have to be firm in there. That's where most of the sacks happen.
So only the 3rd sack allowed by Illinois' offensive front line. They come back with a running game, and Keyshawn Vaughn is spun out of bounds around the 19-yard line by Kevin Maurice. You know, getting back to Nebraska's defensive front, Mike Riley told us, boy, Vincent Valentine's healthy, along with Malik Collins, maybe the best combo of tackles he's ever coached.
They have a great front four, and it starts with those tackles. If you have two really good tackles inside, it is hard to protect because you have to double team those guys, which leaves your defensive ends one-on-one all day long.
Third down and long. In fact, 3rd and 16. Lunt wide open, has his man at the 30-yard line. Geronimo Allison.
Well,
A couple of pushes and shoves out of bounds at the 38-yard line. A gain of 19 yards and a first down.
Well, Nebraska has had Illinois in a 3rd and 10. Now you have another 3rd and long, and they're letting them off the hook with those big pass plays down the field that's haunted them all year.
You know, Chuck, Allison just kind of set open in the...
Yeah, there's nobody around him.
Just sat down and said, give me the ball. From the eye, it's Vaughn. The tailback. Under center goes Lunt. Trying to set up a screen. They're going to try to do that more than once today. As we talked to Bill Cubitt, he said that the screen game would be a big one today.
Bill Cubitt's always been good with the screen game. For some reason, it hasn't been as good this year as he's had in the past. He'd like to get it off the ground today, but so far, not so good. But he's really a great screen game coach. It just hadn't happened so far this year.
There's the numbers on Lunt. 6 completions off 11 attempts. Four wide receiver set on 2nd down. Bullet across the middle. Incomplete. Desmond Kane, freshman out of Delray Beach, the intended receiver, number 86.
I'm surprised that Illinois' offense has not gone up-tempo. They really have slowed things down today so far. Very surprised by that. They've been a high up-tempo offense trying to get over 80 plays a game. So far, they've been really slow today. And now they're in a 3rd and long.
Illinois has had success so far today. 3rd down conversions. Let's see if they can connect here. This time the ball underthrown, incomplete at midfield. Geronimo Allison, the intended receiver. So the Fighting Illini forced to punt.
They had a timing route, another out pattern near the sideline, and you take your steps and throw it out on time, which Lunt did. He's stepping in the bucket too much right now, and that ball is going right into the dirt on the sideline throws. And that's what happens when you step in the bucket. But he had Allison. Just got to make the completion. It's all about footwork.
Ryan Frayne will punt away at the 25. Westerkamp awaits. That ball floats. There's a flag down. It's picked up. Is it a live ball? The official's going to blow it dead. Got a flag at the 32.
That wind really held up that punt, which always hits a leg and usually does. I'm surprised it didn't.
We'll get the call here from Ron Snodgrass.
Personal foul. Illegal helmet contact. Hands to the face on the receiving team. Half the distance to the goal. First down. Timeout.
So we've got a timeout, and Nebraska on the road, up 7. We'll be back on BTN.
To show you the scene here at Memorial Stadium on Friday. Lord Stanley making a special visit to the Illinois campus. That Chicago Blackhawks executive VP Jay Blunt. Now he's an Illinois State grad, but he wanted to bring the cup here so the Illini football team could have a little fun with it on the eve of the Big Ten opener. Guys were loving it. At one point, one of the guys yelled out, "How did this happen? This is the best freshman guest we've ever had." Head coach Bill Cubitt, he got a picture with it, said he was going to put it on his mantle, but he asked his defensive coordinator, Tim Banks, "Hey, did you get one?" Banks said, "No, I'm good, coach. I'm a Red Wings fan." So there you go.
All right. Thank you, Johnny. Nebraska throws into that wind. Jamal Turner, the intended receiver. I'll tell you, the wind's a story here, by the way. Offenses today with the wind, no problem. 176 yards. Against the wind, all of 37.
Yeah, wind does play a factor, right? You don't want to use that as an excuse. No one ever wants to say that, but it does play a factor in football games, and it affects your play calling as well.
Armstrong from the gun. Hot slant right across the middle, breaking a tackle down inside the 18-yard line.
That was a quick wide receiver screen, and those really go right up the middle.
DeMornay Pearsonell. I think he's back, Chuck.
He's back.
Foot injury mid-August. You saw him try to return a punt earlier. Now he hits a quick slant. Westerkamp, by the way, no catches thus far in this first half. Last week he had a career-high 11 receptions in that win against Southern Miss. So they've taken Westerkamp out, at least here in the first half of play. That ball nearly kicked off. They went to Westerkamp at the 35-yard line, and at the last second able to knock that ball out of his hands.
Illinois is not doing anything really tricky on defense. This is a two-man combo coverage, and they have a little dig route or in route with Westerkamp. And Tommy Armstrong actually had Westerkamp just lead him a little bit more. He threw it behind him just a tad, and Westerkamp couldn't haul it in. That's just an accuracy again, getting back to that wind.
Sam Foltz will punt inside his own 10. He's had a big foot all day, and another blast down inside the 20-yard line. Bentley is going to take it. And he is flipped over at the 31-yard line. Foltz has done a terrific job with his foot. BTN has you covered all week long as we get you up to speed on all things college football. First at 6 Eastern, join the conversation on BTN Live. Then we cover the entire college football landscape on Big Ten football and beyond. That's weeknights on BTN and BTN to go.
Let's see if Bill Cubitt starts to pick up the pace here for this Illinois offense with some faster no huddle and up tempo to give this offense a jolt and a change of pace against the Nebraska defense, who's kept them shut out right now.
Yeah, Chuck, you mentioned pace. They average 84 offensive plays a game, and that's not the case so far here in the first half. Long knocked down by Kevin Maurice from his defensive tackle spot, and it is just kind of a slow, methodical approach here in the first half.
Well, I think Nebraska's defensive line is obviously doing a great job so far, and Illinois needs to find a way. If they're going to run the ball, get on the edge of the Nebraska defense. They're trying to go up the middle too much right now, and they're paying the price. Now they're in a passing set, so look for them to throw the ball here.
They spread the field, 4 wide receivers, second down and 9. Another hot slant right on the button at the 39-yard line. Desmond Kane, the freshman, picks up his second catch and a gain of 7 yards.
Those look easy on film and on TV, but they are hard throws to make because you have to grab the shotgun snap. Sometimes you don't even get the laces. You just have to grab the football and throw it so fast you might not even get the laces. Those are hard throws to make. Wes Lunt does it as well as anybody I've seen.
5 wide receivers. They load up the top of your screen with 3. 2 bottom of the screen. Another quick throw. They try to set up a little seal block. They do. First down and more at the 50-yard line. Geronimo Allison working very nicely, Chuck, behind the block. He sprung it for another first down at the 48-yard line.
And you mentioned the block by Marchie Murdoch. That's an excellent block. They kick that corner out. Okay, you want to kick the corner out, seal them outside, get their hand off the back. But Geronimo Allison read the block well for a positive gain. Those wide receiver bubbles and screens, it's all about blocking on those perimeter wide receivers.
Third time Allison has converted on third down. This will be 1st and 10 on a little swing pass. And Nebraska will swarm at the 49, maybe a yard, maybe 2.
Just a change-up offensive play, just a little bootleg. And with Wes Lunt, they're not going to bootleg too much with him. They're going to keep him in the pocket. That's just trying to change it up on that Nebraska defense, but they were all over it.
Went with a tight end, Nathan Eckert, number 39. They go 3 deep in that position. Now they swing it out. Backfield, we got a flag, stops play. And now don't you sense maybe a little tempo change?
Little tempo change. I'm surprised they haven't done it so far. They're trying to sort it all out here. Get the right number.
Ball start. Offense. Number 57, 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
That's the left tackle, Austin Schmidt.
Yeah, you see him right here. Okay, let's see if he jumps a little bit. Well, he's trying to point to his quarterback. Do I block him?
And then Spencer, the center, went ahead to snap the football.
Right.
Yeah. Keyshawn Vaughn, the lone back. Lunt in traffic. That ball was in and out. Did he have possession? No. They're going to wave it incomplete.
And there's the drops that have been haunting Illinois so far this year.
Malik Turner had open field at the 40-yard line, and for a moment, Nate Gary had that ball. Had he made a football move upfield, that ball comes out, and he's gone to the races. Gary, that is.
Good job in the pocket by Wes Lunt. Good strike. What a throw. Help your quarterback out. Make those catches now.
That would have been a 13-yard gain, and now it's 3rd and 15.
Nebraska showing blitz.
Lunt from the gun. Stands tall, has single coverage over the top, and off the hands again. Geronimo Allison.
Just not making plays for Wes Lunt right now. That was a terrific throw as well. Two great throws in a row. Just a fake throw to the outside away from coverage. Kept his eyes downfield, throws it to the outside. That's a catchable ball.
Now Chris Jones, you see number 8 a little late looking back, and that was a wide open look. Allison should have made that catch.
Back shoulder throws. Those are two good throws in a row.
Westerkamp back to receive the punt. Another high hanger. And a fair catch at the 23-yard line. A 30-yard punt. No return on the fair catch. And a moment ago, Lunt goes deep, and it's there. But off the hands, incomplete. Nebraska up 7. There are some similarities, Sean, between Nebraska and Illinois. Both have won 5 national championships. Illinois' last 1951. Nebraska hasn't seen the pot of gold since 1997. And both stadiums, Memorial Stadium, they both opened back in 1923, 21 days apart. I believe you were a sophomore at that time.
That is excellent research by our crew. 5 national championships with each team, and both Memorial Stadium.
Zigbo, who has scored the lone touchdown in this game, rumbles and is knocked out by Jihad Award.
Love the power and leg drive of Zigbo. Just a little outside run play, outside stretch. And he has some really good leg drive. Powerful runner.
You saw Lunt on the phone. You were on the phone a few times. What are you talking about?
Well, he's probably saying, hey, those are 2 good throws in a row. Just keep your poise and don't get down on your receivers for dropping balls either.
Zigbo alongside Armstrong. He'll air it out, and it falls incomplete. Again, 2 Nebraska Cornhuskers in the area, but it falls harmlessly incomplete at the 35.
Well, Illinois has 2 very good cover corners in Bentley and Spence. And they tried to get D'Angelo Bentley on that one. He saw his cover skills. But that's been the difference in this Illinois defense. The way those corners are covering this year. And they have experience. I remember a couple of years ago they didn't have the experience and it was rough. But they've grown up now and they're a lot better. They play a lot of man-to-man coverage on the outside as they're doing right now.
Tommy Armstrong just 2 of 10 throwing. This time a little hesitation, and Chunky Clements comes in, throws him for a loss of 3 back at the 25-yard line.
And that was a great play by Clements, but it just Nebraska, I believe, just has some confusion up front. Oh, he just beats the left guard, Dylan Utter. Dylan Utter needs to keep that head inside instead of outside, and Chucky Clements made him pay.
Foltz is forced to punt once again. They bring some pressure off the edge, and again a nice high hanger, but it falls out of bounds around, let's see where they mark it, 40-yard line. So no chance for Bentley on a return. Officially a 40-yard punt. And tomorrow on BTN, it's men's soccer as Ohio State will battle the Spartans. Coverage starts up at 1 Eastern. As tomorrow on BTN at BTN to go.
Big drive for Illinois now. Yeah, let's see if they pick up the pace. They haven't done it yet. It might be because Nebraska's defense is creating a lot of confusing looks for Wes Lunt. That's why they're slowing it down for him so he can see the coverage.
One from the gun. Nothing fancy. Keyshawn Vaughn straight ahead running and rips off 7. Up to the 42-yard line.
Here they go fast. Here's the pace.
Now they line up 4 wide receivers from the gun. And again, quick handoff. Bouncy like a pinball to the 45. Again is Vaughn, and Kevin Maurice along with Weber team up to make the tackle.
They're starting to pick up the pace now. Their up-tempo offense is getting lined up fast to keep that defense simple.
Again, straight ahead.
Keyshawn Vaughn, the ball carrier.
Dedrick Young this time off the edge with the tackle.
Just 3 inside runs in a row, right between your guards, right behind your center, trying to tire out that defensive line in Nebraska.
12 carries, 27 yards for Keyshawn Vaughn. Last week he carried 13 times for 80 in that win against Middle Tennessee State. Not much on pushing that pile. You know, we haven't seen Ferguson. We saw him walk off the field, the Doak Walker nominee. Let's get a little update from Johnny Kane. Johnny?
Yeah, guys, we saw him walk off into the tunnel there, waiting for him to come back out. He won't with the uniform today, maybe in street clothes, because we just got word he is done for the day with a shoulder injury, guys.
All right, thank you, Johnny. So they lose Ferguson. That's good for nearly 5 yards a carry. He's a senior. 25 career touchdowns. Let's see if there's a flag. Crowd wants it. Illini want it. Looked like there was a little push and a shove and a hold at the 45, but the flag stays in the pocket.
And Byerson Cockrell had nice coverage in the slot there. Just a little slant inside. And they're saying Cockrell got there first is what they're saying. That's a tough no call there, but they sometimes look for the leverage, and if the defender gets there first, they won't call it.
Lunt has hit just 3, connected on just 3 of his last 9. Frayne will punt. Hangs it high. Westerkamp lets it take a bounce, and it kicks back at the 20-yard line. That looked like your wedge shot out there on that little par 3. A 29-yard punt. 3:38 to play. Back in Champaign, Illinois. Mike Riley on your right. That's Coach Orr, I'm sorry, on the left. And you've also got a lot of pressure today. Bill Cubitt took over 4 weeks ago. First year for Mike Riley. And, you know, I talked earlier about making a splash. I mean, Nebraska's not, I'll tell you, that's one of the powerhouses of college football trying to resurrect itself.
It is, and it's a first-year head coach, and Bill Cubitt's first-time head coach at Illinois. It's tough getting off the ground the way you want. Takes a little time. It's going to certainly take a little time in Nebraska as well.
Westerkamp, first reception of the day. He'll lose a yard. Came in with 26 catches.
Little bubble screen, but they had no block on the inside. And you have to seal the first. You have to get it started, as we call it in coaching. Get the play started with the first block, and let the receiver take over after that.
One of Nebraska's team captains, Jordan Westerkamp, from Lombard, Illinois. Set up the screen. Well, that was tough in traffic. And the catch at the 25-yard line. And, you know, Westerkamp, as I mentioned, from Lombard. And Chuck, he knows this stadium, how well he played in 3 5A state title games. How about these numbers? I mean, these are gaudy. This is high school, by the way. 25 receptions, nearly 600 yards, and 9 touchdowns.
Yeah, he certainly had a great career. Look at what do we have here?
Little corn, huh?
Little corn. Did he know where he was going already? Great numbers in high school. Great high school football player. Obviously, he's transferred that to the collegiate game, leading the Big Ten and receiving. It's been a great connection between Armstrong and Westerkamp so far this year.
Illinois called the timeout, so both Nebraska and the Illini have used one here in the half.
They have a third medium, and Nebraska struggled today in third down.
1 of 6 on third down conversions. Armstrong out of the pocket, throws off his back foot, spins one up high, balls for the taking, caught at the 20-yard line. Ethan Carter, the tight end.
Well, that was a broken play, and Tommy Armstrong made it happen by extending the play with his feet and threw it in a perfect spot for Ethan Carter to come back to the ball near the sideline. Here he is, escapes the pocket, throws it right up to the sideline, allows Ethan Carter to run to it. Excellent, excellent throw by Tommy Armstrong.
A pickup of 55 and only the 3rd reception for Carter on the season. Now the Huskers are knocking on the door. Jumping over the pile at the 20-yard line goes Ozigbo. He has scored the lone touchdown in this ball game early in the second quarter, a 19-yarder. Got a flag down at the 15.
Here's the throw with, look at his arm strength. That's a tough throw with the swirling wind, but he put it in a perfect spot so Ethan Carter can catch the ball or nobody else.
Personal foul. Chop block. Offense. Number 68, number 13. 15-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
So Nick Gates, the right tackle. Redshirt freshman out of Las Vegas.
Okay, here's it. Yeah, if you look at the left side over here. Those chop blocks are usually when one guy's going high and one's going low, they're going to call it every time.
So that moves Nebraska back to the 31-yard line, 1st and 21. Armstrong, play action. Once the deep ball has a man up top and overthrows, incomplete. He threw into double coverage.
Yeah, that was a throwaway. He's looking for one receiver right there. Needs to go down to his check down, but he wanted that touchdown. And at the very least, you threw it high, throw the ball away, don't take the sack.
Illinois had opportunities in the first quarter, and now Nebraska up 7, trying to add to that total. Illinois had a couple of looks at field goals from 51 and 41, missed them both. 2nd down and 21. Armstrong pumps, throws in the middle of the pile. Carter, the tight end, bails him out. Maybe, what, 3, 4 to the 26-yard line.
They tried a middle screen to Ethan Carter. He had a great catch a couple plays ago. Let's give him the ball again on a little middle screen. And these are feast or famine usually. Good touch by Tommy, but there's not enough blockers up front. And Illinois stayed at home and reacted well. But those are either 1 or 2 yard gains or touchdowns.
3rd down and 17. Terrell Newby will line up alongside Armstrong. Armstrong, good protection, slingshots it over the middle, but not much to the 22-yard line. T.J. Neal Jr., the middle backer, 52 with the tackle.
And everything was from the pocket with Tommy there, which surprised me. I thought they'd get him on the edge a little bit, use his legs. Those are pocket passing right there on long yard situations, but they were playing for the field goal, so he did a nice job of dumping the ball off over the middle just to get him in better field goal range.
Well, here's Drew Brown, Chuck. Last week, 5 field goals of 29, 27, 40, 22, and 50.
Tied an NCAA record for first half field goals.
He's 8 of 12 on the season. Now we've got a whistle timeout called by Illinois. Little freeze job. This will be a 39-yard attempt.
This will be a 30-second timeout.
And that's Illinois' second timeout burned here in the first half. Coming up next, the Buffalo Wild Wings halftime report. Plenty of college football highlights, scores. I'll tell you, Chuck, you're staring at the scoreboard right now. I know Iowa picked up a win. Michigan wins again. Highlights from the studio and more.
Big win for Iowa on the road at Wisconsin. And Michigan with another shutout.
How about I just heard
defense.
Indiana is on top of Ohio State.
They've always played Ohio State well.
Wow, 10-6 half at the half.
Northwestern with a shutout today against Minnesota. Not a good defense today.
Near hash for Drew Brown. This will be from 39. Another timeout.
Timeout. Either third or final timeout.
And that's the final timeout.
30-second timeout.
Make him think, huh?
Try nice.
Make him think. We'll step aside. 39-yard field goal attempt when we come back. The wind behind him from 39 yards. Kicks up. And good from 39. So 5 field goals last week, and he boots one in. And it's a 10-0 Nebraska lead. Clean kick, good snap, good hold, and splits the uprights. No question about it. Huskers by 10. So 16, or make that 11 seconds left on the first half clock. It's a 10-0 Husker lead.
Well, that's smart football by Tommy Armstrong. He had long yard situations. He just threw the ball for an easy completion over the middle to get them in field goal range and get the points out of it going into halftime. It's exactly what you want to do. That's smart football.
How about first quarter numbers? 23 total yards in the first 15 minutes of play. Second quarter, 146 yards for Mike Riley and the Huskers, and they put 10 on the board.
Started to loosen up, and that was really Tommy Armstrong. I mean, he bounced out of the pocket for a big run. Then he had a huge pass to Ethan Carter down the field. You credit Tommy on that. Those were broken plays and scrambles. But that's what he does best. He's best in the league at running and throwing as a quarterback.
Brown has the ball held for him. Look at this. They're going to put it down on an onside kick, and Illinois reads it nicely. They cover up at the 39-yard line.
Why not?
Little trickery before halftime.
Why not? If you recover it, you're not going to. You don't want the return, but if you recover it, you got a chance at a Hail Mary.
That was Doxey, Cedric Doxey, number 26, who came up with the squib kick. Stay close. Coming up, the Buffalo Wild Wings halftime report.
See what Illinois does here. They actually have 2 plays. With 9 seconds to go, you can get 2 plays in usually. One play will take up about 6 seconds. Let's see if they're near midfield. They have a chance.
They play it safe. They put it on the ground. Here comes Vaughn. Down the sideline, breaks the tackle, makes the cut back once, twice at the 15-yard line. Stumbles. Ball is loose, and they're going to mark it down with no time left on the clock at the 12-yard line.
That's a young running back. Has to know the clock and get out of bounds after he's on the sideline. He cut back. He shouldn't have cut back. Get out of bounds with 2 seconds to go, and you have a chance for a field goal or Hail Mary.
Got an injured Husker down inside the 5-yard line. And yeah, you're right, Chuck. Get out, live to play one more play.
That's right. He's a young player, just a freshman. He'll learn, but you need to get on the sideline. Somebody on the sideline should have been screaming at him to get out of bounds. But when he cut back, you run out of time.
That injured player is Jonathan Rose, the corner, number 14. We've reached the halfway point, 10-0. Nebraska. The only touchdown, Divino Zigbo from 19 and a 39-yard field goal off the foot of Mr. Brown. Huskers up by 10.
Football on BTN is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people. Find your agent at AutoOwners.com.
Beautiful campus here in Champaign, Illinois. You took a run. I rode a bike yesterday. It's a big campus and a beautiful place to be. We're at halftime. Nebraska on the road, the Big Ten opener, and they're up by 10. Let's take a look, Chuck, at the Quicken Loans quarterback comparison.
Well, not great by either quarterback. Wes Luntz had some drops, so that number could be better. And Tommy Armstrong, he made some plays with his feet and had a big pass play down the field to Stephen Carter. But after that, now one thing that he hasn't connected with is Jordan Westerkamp. He had not much with Jordan Westerkamp right now for Tommy Armstrong. We'll see what happens in the second half with their adjustments.
And remember, Illinois won the toss. They deferred, so they will get the football to start this second half of play. And they're down by 10. Illinois had 3 chances in that first half, 2 missed field goals. And don't forget, Chuck, too, they had a look at 4th and 1 at the 10-yard line and could not convert.
They couldn't convert, and Bill Cubitt's been excellent on 4th down this entire year. He loves to go for it on 4th down. Nebraska obviously scouted it out and stopped them on a big 4th and 1. So far, so good with this Nebraska defense, and they've really impressed me in this first half because Illinois has a potent offense, and they have a shutout going.
One note, Josh Ferguson did have to leave that game, the first half that is, with a shoulder injury. So for Illinois, they're down a very good running back. Keyshawn Vaughn did a terrific job in his replacement, but they're going to miss Josh Ferguson there in the 3rd and 4th quarters.
Yeah, he's an integral part of that offense. That's a blow to the Illinois offense as much as they move him around to give him the football. But Vaughn's picked it up.
Drew Brown the kick with the wind behind him. He'll knock it 3 yards deep, and on a knee goes Bentley. That ball's going to come out, and Illinois will have the football down 10. You look at the first half possessions for Illinois, Chuck. I mean, you start at the 6, you punt. Nebraska missed field goal. Then a turnover on downs, another missed field goal by Nebraska. Punt, and we go to halftime.
And not indicative of the Illinois offense in the first 4 games at all. And sometimes when you miss field goals, especially 2 of them, it just takes the wind out of your sails as an offense. They go into halftime, regroup, see what happens in this 3rd quarter.
Big possession here to start the 3rd. Little pitch and catch on the hands of Allison. Breaks 1, 2 tackles. Geronimo Allison had a couple of balls thrown his way, Chuck. First half on his hands, off his hands. This time he wraps it up good to the 35-yard line and a first down.
He's really improved his work ethic. Great article in the Chicago Tribune about him this week and how he's improved that work ethic.
That was just a gain of 9, so it's 2nd down and short. And a little second push, Keyshawn Vaughn, they're going to mark him for the first down at the 38-yard line.
And they're up-tempo right now, going fast. First 2 plays with some speed.
From the gun, wide open right side. Vaughn behind DeLauro and Karras, his right side. Chris Webber, who was very active defensively for Nebraska with another stop. He's a walk-on. Love those stories when a kid says, you know what, I'm good enough. I'm going to go, prove myself. And he's a starter at Nebraska. Bouncing outside, no luck.
Well, Nebraska, they had a nice gain to play before, and Nebraska said enough of that. Now they pinned them back for a loss, but a lot of pulling guards and tight ends for this Illinois offense just to try to get better angles on that big Nebraska front. It's easier to get angles and pull people. You get leverage that way, but Nebraska was all over that play.
2 wides high, 2 wides low, 3rd down and 8. Low snap. Lund has it. Quick hot slant. And it's covered up nicely by the Huskers at the 45-yard line. Allison with a second catch on this series here in the 3rd quarter. Young with another tackle. Dedrick Young, freshman out of Peoria, Illinois.
Well, one of the halftime adjustments for Illinois is, hey, we got to get to Geronimo Allison more. We're not throwing him the ball enough. And so they're trying to move him around the formation to get him the football. That was just an easy, quick slant. Looks like a 1st down here.
Well, you know, I think there's a problem with the sticks. They've got a 4th down marked over here on the near side of Illinois. Far side, it says 1st down. Now they switch it to 4th. So they came up just inches shy.
This is usually a time where Bill Cubitt likes to go for it on the 4th and inches. I would ask for a measurement there.
They're down by 10. They go Wildcat with Chase Crouch. Now they're going to have to stop play. Nebraska calls a timeout after Illinois goes to the Wildcat formation. That was that controlled chaos, or no, what was that?
I'm not sure what that was, but if I'm Illinois, I'm asking for a measurement there.
I mean, they had different on both sidelines. It was 1st on the far side, 4th down on the near side.
And that's what Bill Cubitt's talking about right now. Hey, aren't you going to measure that? It's too close to call.
Let's go back to our Chicago studios. Here's my call. Mike.
All right, Craig, we finally got a lead for the Ohio State Buckeyes thanks to Ezekiel Elliott. Basically, nothing's been working on offense for the Buckeyes. Hand it off to Elliott. He picks up 55 yards, does get into the end zone, and gives Ohio State their first lead of the game. Buckeyes up 3.
All right, thank you, Mike. 55-yard rushing touchdown. You like Elliott's game?
Oh, I do.
For the Buckeyes? I do too.
He really spurred them on last year, I thought. Came on strong. Really the big reason why they had that run at the end of the year, along with their great defense.
I don't know if I've seen so many white and black striped shirts at a meeting at once. They're still discussing, I think, that problem with the sticks. Now they finally break the huddle, but they had a long discussion.
Well, again, that's too close. There should be a measurement there. I'm sure that's what Bill Cubitt was talking about, which threw his play calling off. You know, he thought one had 4th down, one had 1st down. So
Play is under review by replay official.
All right, now they've gone upstairs. Replay official Tom Fiedler.
They're trying to get the spot. They're trying to get the correct spot here off the replay. And to see if they, in fact, did get the 1st down is what they're looking at. So this is a good decision.
Mike Riley, his defensive coordinator, I tell you, he's Mr. Intense. Mark Banker came with him from Oregon State. Banker's been with Riley throughout his tenure. All right, now we're hearing, and Chuck, this is amazing. They may have missed a down, is some of the concern. That may have been 4th down we just witnessed.
Well, that's what you're trying to figure out. Go back and down. And you remember that Colorado situation many years ago? They had 5 downs, but with replay now, you can go back and check it out. That was back in 1990, I believe.
That's going back a ways, yeah. That is going back.
In their national championship run, had a terrific year. Our own Jerry DiNardo was part of that staff, on the Colorado staff. Part of that national championship season for Colorado.
This is a long discussion, and you hope they get it right. That's what it's about. That's what replay's about. Ron Snodgrass is the referee today, his crew, and then up in the booth, just down the hall from us, is the replay booth with Tom Fiedler and his Big Ten staff. I don't know, Chuck. I mean, we've been around football a long time. I don't remember. I mean, you're going back to 1990 in the Colorado situation.
Right.
Have you seen some? I haven't seen this.
I have not. I've never been a part of it as a player or coach or analyst where they have to go back and count the downs up. That's a lot of videotape you have to go back and watch in a short amount of time. Well, we have great replay booth, and again, you mentioned, Craig, thank goodness for replay. It really corrects a lot of miscues down on the field because it goes so fast on the field. Now you have no huddle offenses too, with up tempo. It's hard for referees to keep up with that.
Well, and what happens if someone doesn't go from 3rd down to 4th down on that marker, whether it's the near side or far side, things can get a little hectic.
Absolutely. It's hard for those down markers on the side. Those people running at us is fast, especially as fast as Illinois goes. That's the reason for the delay is they have to go back and see all that video from the entire series. That's why you're seeing the delay here.
Well, Illinois is, they've huddled up as a team here about the 35, 40-yard line, just kind of trying to stay loose. Nebraska's defense is hanging around the 45-yard line. It's about we're going on about a 5-minute wait. Here we go.
There was a correction in the previous play. It should have been 4th down. We will measure to see if it's a 1st down on this play.
So it is 4th down, and they also will measure to see if they can stretch the chains. That's the old-fashioned way how they used to do it. The chain gang is going to come on the field and see. And it's very close. I mean, from our bird's eye view, we're right at the 50-yard line, Chuck, and it's close by a link or two either way.
Right. There's still a lot of talk down there with the Illinois staff.
Missed it by that much. So 4th down, they turn the ball over on downs.
And Bill Cuban wants to talk about it some more.
Well, and he's got a reason. Yeah. I think, again, if you didn't know it was 4th down, it changed the whole play call.
Changed the whole play call.
And I think that's what he's concerned and upset about is, look, if I knew it was 4th, I would have had a different play call, and, and the team is irate.
He probably would have punted, especially in a game like this.
Well, this will be an issue and discussed all week long around the Big Ten.
Right.
And beyond.
He has an argument. Bill Cuban has an argument. It would have changed his whole call. He probably would have punted the football, especially in a tight game like this. You know, they're only down 10. And you're on your own end of the field. You're punting that ball away usually. That's what he's saying. Now they have I wonder if these two coaches have been part of this before. They've had some great experience, obviously.
Well, Cubit's been around, and I mean, and look, Mike Riley.
Confer with replay to have the accurate spot.
So again, going to go back up to see if the spot is correct.
Right. And that's good to find that out as well, to see where the spot is. It's obviously an important call right now. And Coach Cuban is hot.
All right, here's 1st down. All right, pitch it outside. The catch is made. And I think this is maybe where it starts. Was that a 1st down?
This is the first down play right here.
It was short, so they push in for the first. All right, so that's the second play.
After review, the ball spotted accurately That was a fourth down play. The play was short of the line to gain. It is first down, Nebraska.
That was second down. Here's third down.
Here's third down.
Right here.
Taken back.
Take a loss. Now, he would have punted there if he would have known, because that was a lost play. And here's fourth down. But the chain gang didn't have it right. I doubt he would have gone for it on that.
I would agree. Nice job in the truck.
Yeah,
he went through that because there was a first down among that series. But you're right, Chuck. I don't think there's no way that Cubitt is going to chance it on a 10-point game at his own 45-yard line.
No. That's what he's saying. I would have punted that football because this third down play was a lost yardage play.
So a wild moment here in Champaign. 12:47 left, third quarter. Nebraska with the ball up by 10. They bring pressure off the edge. Armstrong eludes. Throws it on his back foot for grabs and over the top. Somehow they're going to say no, out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Sethan Carter, who's been a cog of late in this offense, nearly had another reception.
And here's Tommy Armstrong getting out of the pocket again. You got to keep him in that pocket. This is a great throw by Tommy. Just couldn't get his feet down. Sethan Carter couldn't get his feet down, but Tommy Armstrong was going to his left and threw it against his body. What a strong arm he has.
Taylor Barton with a nice hit to drive him out of bounds. Crowd comes alive off of this controversy that is struck here in the third. Huskers at the 45. Illinois swarms to Alonzo Moore. Loss of 2 yards on the play.
Well, that might be the thing that gets Illinois to wake up a little bit. They're starting to play right now. They have some excitement on the sideline and on their defense.
Look at sideline. I was just going to say, these guys are just raucous, trying to get the crowd involved. Third down and 12.
Have Nebraska in a third and long. Exactly where they want them. Showing a blitz.
8 on the line. Here they come. Flag is out, and it's going to stop play.
Looked like right tackle.
Ball start. Offense.
Nick Gates.
Number 68. 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
Redshirt freshman from Las Vegas. That's the second time he's jumped
right here
today.
Yeah, just jumped too early. That'll happen when the other team, Illinois, shows blitz. Your one-on-one pass blocking. You'll jump a little too early.
All right, this crowd is up. Listen in. Third down, 17. Armstrong, pressure, throws, picked off at the 15. Fejedelem to the 33-yard line. Clayton, Fejedelem to free safety. That's what he was playing. He was playing free, and he picks off Armstrong.
And that was a good pass rush by the Illinois defensive line. Made that happen. They hit Tommy Armstrong just as soon as he released it. Yeah, looks like Chunky Clements hits him. Forces a high throw. Interception.
Here of the moment, Clayton Fejedelem with his first interception of the season, the 6th thrown by Tommy Armstrong Jr., Chuck, and I tell you, came at a very important time.
Yeah, look at Chunky Clements here. Just stays with the pass rush, spins off the offensive lineman, makes Tommy Armstrong throw a high ball on the hit. Just staying with it, staying active up front. Throws the high ball. Easy interception for Fejedelem. Just caught the ball at its highest point. That was Chucky Clements just staying with his pass rush.
Now the Illini go back to work. They're down by 10. 11:25 in the third quarter. Lund in the pocket, throws a hot slant in traffic. Boy, he had to put that ball, Chuck, perfectly on the numbers, and they're going to mark forward progress up to the 39-yard line. Sam Mays, nice catch. Freshman out of Missouri City, Texas.
He throws that slant as well as anybody in the country. And again, it's hard to get laces. They're going fast.
4 wide receiver set. Second down and 4. Out of the backfield, Desmond Kane. And he's wrestled out of bounds. Past the 45 at the 47, Dedrick Young the tackle. A pickup of 8.
Well, Sam Mays did his job. Caught the ball first play, then he made a great block to get a positive gain and a first down on a little bubble screen.
2 plays, they pick up 6. Second play, they pick up 8. First down, Illinois at the 46. Lunt, tough throw. Cross the field. Drop ball. Tough catch, yes, but catchable. Marchie Murdoch.
Need to make those plays. Help your quarterback out. He's throwing a nice ball. He has a little pressure on his face. Puts the ball exactly where you want. Not perfect, but you have 2 hands on the ball. Catch it with strength and tuck it into your belly. Too many drops. Love the way Wes Lunt's directing this offense right now.
Huskers come up the middle with a blitz, nicely read. Lunt, man coverage, and he went the opposite shoulder. If the receiver was looking inside, Lunt threw it on his outside shoulder. We got a flag back. Could be roughing. Or is that a hold?
Hot block. Offense. Number 5. 15-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
Shot block, Keyshawn Vaughn.
And that should not happen with a pass play. Let's see what happens here. He's right here, running back. Once the offensive lineman is engaged, you can't go down low like that. That's a good call. And that's just protecting players. All he needed to do, and he's just a young freshman, all he needed to do is stay up high, take his left hand, and punch that left shoulder pad of that defensive line. That's all he had to do. Did not need to go low there.
Second down, 25. Lunt, deep, and again. Chuck, I got to be honest. I'm not sure if Lunt and his receivers are really on the same page today. I mean, he's, again, it looked like they were going inside route, and Lunt threw it on the outside shoulder.
Well, he has a little out and up, and Allison does have him beat on the inside. That is Wes Lunt. Wes Lunt needs to throw that ball inside on the out and up. He has to read that receiver's cut and throw it up high to the inside.
13 of 25, 115 yards. Low snap. Lunt trying to set up a screen. They do. Net as soon as the ball was caught. Number 24, Johnny on the spot. Aaron Williams, and a loss of 3.
Aaron Williams read that perfectly. There's the screen, and usually screens happen on 3rd and long with all teams. Here we are, just a little screen pass. Vaughn, good touch, but they didn't make the block. You have to get the play started. Just a missed block there on the cornerback. Get the play started, make the first block. Didn't happen.
Ryan Frayne at his own 15, line drive. Westerkamp runs up. Dangerous reception on that punt. And he is tackled down at the 46-yard line. Just a 25-yard boot, Nebraska with the ball up 10.
Back here in Champaign, Nebraska clinging to a 10-0 lead here early in the 3rd quarter. I talked to Illini head coach Bill Cubit there at halftime. He said, hey, point blank, we need better production from our receivers in the second half. He said, we have too many missed opportunities there in the first half. And I said, how much is the wind affecting what you're trying to do? He said, a lot. Too many fluttering passes. I talked to Mike Riley, more of the same. Wind was affecting some things. He says, we got to find a better rhythm here. We got to make better throws and better catches, guys.
All right, thank you, Johnny. Yeah, wind is playing a little havoc down below. You look at the up top. I mean, it is just, the flags are straight out. It's blowing left to right. But drop balls, I've counted at least 5 for Illinois.
Yeah, swirling winds, you know, you got to be able to catch the ball. I see them throwing the ball pretty good, actually, in this wind and throwing catchable balls. And that's been the nemesis for Illinois right now.
Nebraska sends a man in motion now. Armstrong is going to do it himself. Breaks the tackle, but Really ran out of a shoe. He's at the 39-yard line. Magellan, who just had an interception with the tackle. Let's go to Chicago for an update.
Craig, it's getting real in Bloomington. Indiana takes the lead yet again. This is Divine Redding. The Hoosiers are doing this with their backup quarterback and backup running back due to injuries, and they lead with 17 minutes to play over the #1 ranked Buckeyes.
All right, thank you, Mike. Here it's 10-0 Nebraska. Blitz off the edge. Armstrong, good protection. Near sideline, waited for it. Ball knocked away, incomplete at the 25-yard line. And the intended receiver was Riley, number 87.
And I think Brandon Riley's had 3 drops today. That was a good throw by Tommy Armstrong with some touch and some air. You can't throw any softer than that to the outside. He threw it a little bit of air. Hey, I'll give you a little touch. Come on, make the play. Good job by Bentley closing on that play, though. Now, what Brandon Riley will learn is come back to the football. Don't wait for the ball. Come back and attack the ball. He'll learn that in time.
Middle screen. First completion this half for Armstrong. Ethan Carter, all of a sudden, Mike Riley's found something in this tight end. 2 catches coming in. That's his 3rd reception.
Who would have ever thought that Ethan Carter would be one of your leading receivers today, but he's doing a nice job.
Now Fitzgerald warming up his right arm. Crouch is your Wildcat quarterback.
No empty set here.
Empty backfield. Armstrong, man coverage, beautiful pass over the top and right on the hands, incomplete. Westerkamp off his game. That's a touchdown for sure.
That's a great throw by Tommy Armstrong. You can't throw the ball any better than that to your best receiver too. They call Illinois in a tough coverage, and they were one-on-one with Westkamp in the slot position and make the play. Oh my gosh, those are the ones when you're a quarterback. I can't believe this is happening.
And Chuck, it's on both sides of the ball.
Both sides of the ball, but I love Tommy Armstrong. He's a great leader. You just got to get your guys back up to play another, keep fighting.
Well, Sam Foltz is a fine weapon. He's going to try to punch it inside the 10-yard line. Good kick. They get down. That is beautiful. Special teams play. Can't do it any better.
Love the corner kicks. They're starting to come back in college football.
Jones was right there, caught it at the 1-yard line, but a pooch punt of 35.
And that's perfect. Perfect execution.
You know what, Chuck, you don't think much about special teams throughout the week. Sometimes we go to practice at, stadiums and schools around the country, and now, you kind of walk through it on a Friday, right? Kind of a loose day, but it plays such a big, important role in this game.
Especially today, it's a tight game. It's all about field position and wind. That's close. That's close to a safety. He just got it back out. Illinois just got it back out.
Inches. That's the 3rd time Foltz has pinned the ball inside the 10-yard line today.
Well, the strength of the Nebraska defense is rush defense, and here you are in a situation for Illinois where you try to run the ball off the goal line.
I'll tell you, who came off the backside was Kalu and nearly picked up that safety. And now they're just going to try to punch it for some little breathing room. If they have to punt this ball away.
Yeah, trying to make room. You always try to make room for your punter first. Otherwise, he has to put his heels on that end line, near that end line. That's tough. So they're trying to punch it out here. This is a huge call on 3rd and long, and they're in a heavy set right now. They don't have any wide. They don't have all their wide receivers in there. They're going heavy set, which is usually a run formation. This could be a bootleg pass. Hard fake of the run and a bootleg.
Clock runs up on 6 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. And off the right side they go, and they punch maybe 1 more yard, brings up 4th down at the 4.
Well, he knows it's 4th down now. So
yes, he does.
Just trying to get some room for your punter.
That brings on Ryan Frayne.
And this, again, it gets down to field position. Nebraska will have good field position here. Going with the wind.
Westerkamp at the 35-yard line. Short kick, hang time. In a crowd, Westerkamp at the 31. A 27-yard punt and a timeout. 10-0 Nebraska on BTN. Check out today's United States Marine Corps leader of the game.
Well, Mason Monheim's been all over the field, and he's been a 4-year starter. Started as a true freshman.
Wants to be a dentist. Nearly a 3.7 GPA. In the classroom, on the football field. Well, let's go to the studio. Here's my call. Mike.
Well, when the Buckeyes needed trouble to be fixed, they gave the ball to Ezekiel Elliott yet again, losing at the end of the third. Here goes Zeke for 65 yards. This was on a 4th and 1 call, and that gives Ohio State the lead as they're about to enter the fourth quarter.
So under 5 minutes left here in the third. Nebraska up by 10. In round. Alonzo Moore dances down that far sideline. Let's see where they bumped him out. They will mark Moore out right at the 16. 16-yard line. A pick up at 12.
Just a different way to run the ball. They're in a heavy run set with their fullback, Janovich, to try to get that Illinois defense to squeeze in tight. Good reverse call by Nebraska offensive coordinator Danny Langsdorff to get it down in red zone territory.
Under center goes Armstrong. Would be the eye back. Chopped down right at the line of scrimmage. I'll tell you, Rob Bain stayed low. I mean, he was crawling. Number 16, he's a 300-pounder. On the Bolingbrook, Illinois. Nice tackle.
Yeah, the whole idea for defensive linemen is get quick penetration, stay low, which is what Rob Bain did. Disrupted the whole play. I thought Nebraska did a little bit too much window dressing with their fullback there. Now they're back to a spread set.
3 wide receivers, near side. Armstrong on a 3-step drop out to the flat. Put it right on the button. And a high flying Husker down to the 11-yard line. Nice tackle, Eaton Spence.
Nice tackle by Eaton Spence. Now, Nebraska has been good in the red zone all year. Here's a little swing pass. Good job by Spence. And Illinois has struggled in the red zone up to this point in the season. Look for some Tommy Armstrong runs down here. He's such a valuable weapon, and you want to use him in the red zone, especially when Illinois is in man-to-man coverage.
Big down for Illinois defensively. 3rd down and 5 to the flat. That ball came out. Did he catch it? Incompletes the call. Good coverage by the Illini right on top of it at the 10-yard line. So that brings up 4th down.
Same swing pass as the play before. And Illinois is all over it. There's Spence again, and that just try something different there. Go to a quarterback run, use your weapon in Tommy Armstrong and his legs and feet, but they're in good field goal position.
Brown will try a field goal. He hit a 39-yarder to make it 10-0 in the second. This will be from 28 yards. A chip shot, and it's up and good. So it's 13-0 Huskers on the road under 3 minutes left to play in the third here on BTN. Yeah, Big Red. They made the trip to Champaign, Illinois. Up by 13. Plenty of time for the Illini. I'll tell you, punt's been a big story today. I'll tell you, Foltz has gone for nearly 51 yards a punt. He's hit 3 inside the 20-yard line, and Frame's averaged 33 yards. And, I mean, field position, Chuck, you know, I mean, that's such a big part of the game.
Huge, especially today, and especially with Foltz. He's done his job.
51 yards a pop.
Absolutely, in this win. That's what's impressive.
Bentley has been saddled today. Takes the knee. And they'll bring it out.
Well, for obvious reason, Illinois has to get something going on this drive. They have not gone to the pace or the up-tempo like I thought they would at the very beginning of the game. Let's see if that changes still. They need some kind of change-up right now to get this offense going. They've had too many drops. They're trying to force that run game right up the middle, right in the teeth of the Nebraska defense. And Nebraska shut it down for the most part. They're in a double tight end set right now, usually a run formation.
Vaughn is the back. They stretch it out. He'll cut it back up the middle. He'll take 3 Huskers with him to the 29-yard line. Kevin Maurice, Akinmoladun. Freedom, number 91. First time we've shouted out his name today. The freshman out of Grandview, Missouri, number 91. He's on the all-name team, by the way.
Illinois is going against the wind, which is why they're running the ball a lot more in this quarter. And they're only down 13, so Coach Cuban might be trying to get to that fourth quarter, get the wind behind him, so he can throw the ball a little bit more. Obviously, that's why they're taking their time at the line of scrimmage right now. That play clock's going all the way down to about 2 seconds.
Takes the snap with 2 on the clock. Handoff, jumps back up the middle. And Vaughn, I'll tell you, he squeezed down 3 tough yards.
Right.
Thought he was shut down at the 30. He makes his way up to the 33.
This is a strategy that Coach Cuban wants to do right now. Just eat up some play clock, run the ball, and get to that fourth quarter, get the wind behind you, only being down 13 points.
Now the play clock's at 20. Game clock at 1:42. And Lunt is in no hurry to get under center. Takes a snap with 6 on the clock, rolls out, has a man on the flat, wide open. There's a catch made. Desmond Kane, a freshman, and he is pushed out of bounds near midfield by Chris Webber.
There was a nice touch throw from Lunt there. And a drop back from underneath the center. Now, don't forget, he's a shotgun quarterback. Here he is underneath the center. Not really used to that drop. Nice touch to the flat. Get the first down. Good job. Trying to eat up some more clock to get to that fourth quarter.
Gain of 17 at midfield. A minute to play. Here in the third.
Should be a run here.
Again, double tight set. Nice cut back again. Hit up high. Dropped after a gain of 3. Kevin Maurice. He's been busy. Malik Collins busy off that defensive tackle spot today.
They have double tight end sets in for the run game, and also just to give those receivers a rest for trying to get them all on the field the whole fourth quarter.
You know, we talk about the wind today. I mean, there's times we've seen the gust a little stronger, but officially around 20 right now, 18 miles an hour. Cool, 54 degrees. But we'll see if that plays in favor of Illinois here in the fourth quarter. They get just seconds away from turning the ball to the other end of the field, and that ball is smothered down by Maurice again, and that's going to run out the third quarter clock.
Big call coming up on third down at the quarter break.
How about this, Chuck? Nebraska has never had a shutout as a member of the Big Ten. Right now they're up 13-0 with 15 minutes to play. Illinois hopes to get a break with some wind behind them.
And that's what they're playing for, is the win in the fourth quarter.
Take a walk through history with the Illini, and there he is. That's who I was waiting for, Chuck. Mr. Butkus.
Well, only 2 retired numbers here in Illinois. We already mentioned Red Grange. The other one's Dick Butkus. The only 2.
Illinois with the wind. Big throw and a catch. First down, 37-yard line. Let's go to the studio for an update in Chicago.
Well, Craig, that didn't take long. Ohio State has Cardale Jones to Michael Thomas, and that is 14 Buckeye points in 68 seconds. They're now up by 2 scores.
Well, Michael Thomas getting it done. For a moment, you thought Ohio State on the ropes, but they find a way to jump off those ropes.
That's what #1 teams do. They're going to get everybody's best shot. I've been there. I've been on part of a #1 team going in, and we got everybody's best shot. It's a tough year. Here we are spreading it out for Illinois now with the wind, going back to their spread sets.
2 wide receivers high, 2 wide receivers low. Lunt from the gun, Vaughn in the backfield, quick pitch near side, Malik Turner the catch. He was waiting for a blocker. They'll give him forward progress. Chuck up to the 30-yard line. Pick up a 7.
And he caught the ball. That's a plus. And got up the field, made something happen, get him in a third manageable situation. This could be 4-down territory. You know, Bill Cuban likes to go for it.
3rd down and 3.
Staying with their spread set here.
Illinois is 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. Shotgun is Lunt.
Only a 3-man rush for Nebraska, dropping 8.
Lunt rolls to his right, slingshots it, nice catch, down low. The grab is pulled in by Turner. Now possession is coming Illinois' way.
It didn't seem like much, but those are big plays in a game like this. And Wes Lunt threw it away from the nearest defender in a good spot to get that 1st down. Malik Turner getting his hands underneath the ball and securing the catch. Those turn out to be big plays in the game, even though it was a minimal gain. Big 1st down.
8 yards and fresh downs. Illinois inside the 25-yard line of Nebraska. Down by 13, looking for the score. Wide open, walking in, touchdown, Illini. Marchie Murdoch.
And all of a sudden, there's a ball game in the 4th quarter, Craig. That was just a little run play or a little pick play on the outside. Nebraska was in man-to-man coverage. And Marchie Murdoch just ran a little wheel route or a little sideline route to the outside. Wide open.
7th touchdown throw of the season for Lunt. And the 3rd caught by Murdoch. Now the extra point to come. The kick is up and good. And you're right, we got a ball game. 13-7. Illinois waited for the win. They took advantage. Lunt was 5 of 6 on that drive. Murdoch from 22 yards out. We'll be back on BTN.
Here in Champaign, Illinois, they have a Chinese student population of nearly 5,300. We're going to play for you the first student broadcast to call an NCAA football game in Mandarin Chinese. Have a listen. Here's David He and Bruce Liu.
这是一个哦，漂亮，打针了！1-1到第4节比赛还有13分。
So how about that, huh? That was a little bit of history there. Again, Illinois trying to grow its international fan base. They hope becoming the Big Ten team of Asia. They're starting here with football, and they plan on providing Mandarin broadcasts in basketball and volleyball, too. So they speak Mandarin. 730 million people speak Mandarin. I looked it up, but I don't think Craig Bolerjack or Chuck Long can.
Look, I've got one word I know.
Let's hear it.
Dajin. That's touchdown.
There you go.
That's touchdown. That's great, John. I tell you, that's a great story. Mandarin Chinese, you got a touchdown on air. And by the way, their budget is $300 a game, Chuck. I don't know if we ought to drop by and donate, but I mean, I love the fact they're going to work and trying to get better. How about that?
That's right. Nebraska in it. Here they are right there. They're doing a great job. It's fun to be part of history.
Oh, sure is. So they've got about 350 loyal listeners and growing. Nebraska goes to work. Armstrong all day to throw and overthrows down around the 30-yard line. His receiver was Alonzo Moore.
Here's where run game is so important, specifically quarterback run game for Nebraska, as they're going against the wind here, which makes throwing the football a lot tougher. I'd like to see them get Tommy Armstrong loose with his feet in the quarterback run game. He's their weapon.
Armstrong just threw that ball 56 yards into the wind. That's amazing. Now they go to the ground game with Ozigbo down to the 32-yard line, and all of a sudden there is a squall line rolling through Champaign. Let's get a story. That story from Johnny Kane. Johnny?
Fellas, I'm telling you what, this crowd is back into it. So's the Illinois sideline. And with that wind coming in here, it's almost coming in sideways because of that wind. So we've got rainy conditions. We got wind coming in sideways. And if you have to go into the wind, it's obviously a much different ball game than when you have it behind you. We got great football weather here, fellas.
Sure is. Yeah, it's October. Got rain, you got wind, and a close ball game. Armstrong in traffic. Ball ricochets incomplete. It was off D'Angelo Bentley. Westerkamp, Chuck, interesting, has basically been clamped down today.
He's been clamped down, and Tommy Armstrong threw the ball behind him there, and I believe the wind got a hold of that football because he needed to lead that ball outside a little bit, and he threw it behind Westerkamp. It's been a tough day for that combination right now, and as you said, Craig, we have a ball game. Illinois is in it, and they have the wind again.
Armstrong this half 2 of 8 with an interception. And that punt, they're still running upfield. They're going to mark it out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A 33-yard punt. And next Saturday, the nation's best teams are on BTN. High noon, top-ranked Ohio State hosting Maryland. Then at 3:30, a good one from Ann Arbor, 16th ranked Northwestern, and 22nd ranked Michigan. Then in prime time, it's number 2 Michigan State heading into a battle under the lights at Rutgers. That's next Saturday. Pre-game starts at 10:30 Eastern on BTN and BTN to go.
3 great games at Michigan Northwestern game. 2 great defenses right there, coming off of shutouts today.
Well, the Harbaugh mania continues. I bought myself a pair of khakis this week. .12:20 left in a 13-7 ball game. Lunt. Oh, he took pressure, took a hit, and throws it away.
That was a quick pass, and offensive linemen are not going to block that long on a quick pass. So Wes Lunt had to get rid of that quicker before that hit. This is a little pressure, but this is a quick pass. Linemen aren't going to block that long. Better get rid of the football on a quick pass. Took a shot there. Good throwaway by Wes Lunt.
He got sandwiched. Akinmola Dune and Kevin Maurice in that backfield for Nebraska. Lunt from the gun. Catchable ball. Murdoch drops it far side.
Surprised they didn't run the ball there on a 2nd and long just to try to get some of it back. The way they just haven't caught the ball very well today. Go for it. Run the ball 2nd and long, but here they are on a drop pass, and now it's 3rd and long. Tough situation to be in.
You know, unofficially, my count from up here, Chuck, that's 6 drop balls for Illinois.
A lot of drops today.
4 wide receivers. Low snap, Lunt up with it. Pressure, down he goes.
And that is a coverage sack. Excellent coverage by the secondary and linebackers of Nebraska, which allowed that big, strong defensive line to get there.
And Chuck, that's the 2nd sack of the day. O-line of Illinois had only allowed 2 coming in, but it was Collins, it was Maurice, and it was Akinmola Dune. All 3 collapsed inside.
That was a twist up front. They just twisted up front, reversed their paths, and great pressure up front.
Reisner will punt. Nice jobs by the special teams on the coverage at the 21-yard line. Pearsonell trying to make something out of very little. Huskers have it.
brought to you by State Farm. It pays to double check. Talk to your agent today.
A little combination of wind, a little combination of rain, and a good football game. Low scoring, but the weather conditions have made it difficult today. Craig Muller, Jack Chuck Long, glad you're alongside on BTN. Big Ten opener for Nebraska and Illinois. Huskers with the lead in the football. Janovich at fullback. Riley's football player. Does it all for the 25.
Nebraska needs to find a way to run the ball and eat some clock. Still a lot of time left, but they need a drive here and take up some clock time as well. And let's see if they use Tommy Armstrong more in the quarterback run game. Again, a valuable weapon they haven't used much of.
Carter goes in motion. Armstrong will take the ball on an option read to the 35-yard line. DeJuan Smoot with the tackle after a gain of 9.
And there's that option read I was just mentioning.
Right on cue, Chuck.
Right on cue. They need to. That's the perfect time to call it. Get the ball in his hands. He will make you miss on defense. You know, Mike Riley was not used to the quarterback run game coming into Nebraska. He had to watch film and get used to it. That's not his background. But he saw Tommy, said, hey, we need to put this in.
Armstrong now 48 yards rushing. 3 wide near side from the gun. Slings it. Incomplete. That ball maybe just came out of his hand. It is wet, but not a good throw. Armstrong, mind you, the reigning Big Ten Player of the Week. And last week, he just put up gaudy numbers, over 412 or 400 yards of total offense.
Well, he's the total offense leader in the Big Ten coming to this game. You mentioned that throw, Craig. They're trying to throw these bubble screens. That's not a good throw right now because you can't grip the ball anyway fast enough. You're not going to get the laces. In these conditions, I would throw those bubble screens out right now.
Armstrong 0 for his last 4. He goes back to work, has to put it down on the run. He can run with the legs to the 35. Got back to the line of scrimmage. And Rob Bain, number 16, in on the tackle.
They were just trying to set up a screen pass to the left here with some window dressing and some motion. And Illinois is all over that screen pass right now. Good job by Tommy just getting back to the line of scrimmage. At least getting a 3rd and 10 instead of a 3rd and 12 or 13. The 3rd and 10s are hard, especially against the wind.
That Illinois bench is alive, trying to get this crowd roaring. Down by 6 with just over 9.5 minutes of play. Armstrong in that pocket, throws a dart over the middle in traffic. That ball is loose, and it's incomplete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players I thought had a little touch on that ball.
Yeah, that's a dangerous throw. And I know he's trying to get to his favorite receiver, Jordan Westerkamp.
He's had 1 reception today, minus a yard.
Yeah, 1 reception, minus a yard. Here's Jordan down here in the slot trying to run a little dig route, inside route. That is forcing that ball. Be careful. Almost got it in there, but there's a lot of Illinois defenders around, like you mentioned, Greg.
Fultz will punt, and Bentley awaits. Short kick, but a high hanger. And Bentley will take it at the 31-yard line. We'll keep it here with 9:17 to play and a 6-point lead for Nebraska. BTN's award-winning original series is back, and it's the show with an unprecedented look inside the Big Ten season. The Journey Big Ten Football 2015 returns October 14th right here on BTN.
That's a great show, The Journey on the Big Ten Network. A lot of good programming on the Big Ten Network. That's fabulous. Here we are, back to spread sets for Illinois. Wide receivers on the field. They'll be on the field probably the rest of the quarter.
Illinois 3 timeouts. Nebraska owns 2 and a 6-point lead with just over 9 minutes left. Quick throw through the hands. Catchable? Yes. Let's go to our studios for an update. Here's Mike.
Craig, it seems the upset might be over because when in trouble, give the ball to Ezekiel Elliott. A 75-yard run after a 65-yard run previously, after a 55-yard run before that. He's got 265 on the ground today, and Ohio State's up.
Mike, watch the man run, and one reason, a big reason why Ohio State's #1.
They did it last year with him. Ohio State goes as Ezekiel Elliott goes.
Lunt. Kane with the catch, slipped a tackle, and he's up to the 38-yard line. Kane, a freshman in a Delray Beach. He'll pick up 8.
You saw the arm strength of Wes Lunt. Do that across the field from the opposite hash. A bullet.
Now, there's no question about his arm strength. You know, he came in averaging about 215 a game, 60% completion rate. And it shows a lot of poise. On the ground, not much, if any. Kevin Maurice, we called 55 all day.
Hard to run against that D line of Nebraska. They are stout. They're not blitzing much either, Nebraska.
You know, they're thin with backers. They're hurt up front, but still stout, as you mentioned. And you know what? They're still trying to find the right combinations in the secondary.
Done a nice job today with the injuries they've had. You have some backups in there that are playing very well. But they are run stoppers at Nebraska. Best in the Big Ten. You see why.
Nebraska forcing their second straight 3-and-out for Illinois. Reisner will punt. Takes a bounce down the sideline. Let's see where they mark it. Just inside the 20. How about the 17-yard line with 7:55 to go. Nebraska 13. Illinois 7 on BTN. Say when Nebraska travels, they travel. Husker band making their way to Champaign, Illinois. Performed at halftime. Huskers up 13-7.
One of the great road traveling fan bases there is in the country. They are rabid in Lincoln.
Huskers will try their luck on the ground. Ozigbo, open space and tackled from behind. Ball comes out.
And that's the same off-tackle run they scored on in the first half. Giving it back to Divine Ozigbo. Very impressed with this young back.
And mark him at the 48-yard line. He ran for 19 in the second quarter, and this time with ease, with a fast motor. Chuck goes 31.
Off tackle with Andy Janovich leading the way.
Caleb Day, number 7, had to save that tackle. This is only his second game play, and I'm speaking of Day. Big run, and that opens up the field here with just over 7.5 to play. Janovich is in as a fullback. Armstrong rolls out to his left, and that ball, tough catch down on the knee at the 36-yard line. Brandon Riley had to dig that one out. Let's get an update back to Chicago. Here's Mike.
Craig, that momentum Ohio State seemed to have went away in one play. Xander Diamont goes 79 yards for a score. Xander Diamont, remember, is your backup quarterback. And now the Hoosiers are within one score, down 7, with under 10 minutes to play in the game.
All right, Mike, we'll keep an eye on it. Just when you think, you know what? That's why you play these games on Thursday, Fridays, or Saturdays. Janovich is pulled down by the shirt tail at the 40.
They're starting to play the strength of Tommy Armstrong in this offense. They're going off tackle with Divine Ozigbo, and then before that play, Tommy Armstrong on a bootleg to his left, and he's really good on bootlegs. He's better on the edge than he is in the pocket. That's been his strength, although he has improved in the pocket. But they're starting to play the strength of Tommy Armstrong in this offense right now in this drive.
That was a loss of 4. Follows his blocker and stacked up back at the 35. Maybe a yard.
And Ozigbo with a nice lead block there. And Tommy Armstrong shows a lot of patience in getting up inside that block. And he's tough. I love the way he runs the football. He's like a running back out there, but he has a cannon for an arm.
Let me ask you, Chuck, about timeouts. Illinois 3, Nebraska 2, 6 minutes left.
Well, good point, Craig. I wouldn't use it yet, but if they sustain this drive into the red zone, you're going to have to use one up, just so you have some clock left.
3rd and 9. Armstrong pressured, tackled at the 50-yard line. DeJuan Smoot had an extra gear. Armstrong can run, and Smoot chased him down.
Smoot off the edge, and their ends, Smoot and Ward, are two of the best players on defense. And Smoot has had an excellent year, just staying with the rush. Looked like that was a design scramble play to the outside to get a nice comeback route on the sideline, but Smoot kept the pressure on and got Tommy Armstrong and pinned him.
Loss of 15 also knocked Nebraska out of field goal range, so Huskers will punt. Bentley back. He'll let it go into the end zone. You got to hold your breath. Oh, that was close. 50-yarders, a 30-yard net. We've seen some great punting today.
Especially great punting.
How about our Duluth Trading hardest working player today? And this guy's earned his meal money. 17 tackles. Chris Webber, 5 solo, 2 TFLs. And what I love about this young man, walk on.
Great story. What the coaches say when they got there, they didn't really know who he was. No one really mentioned his name for a while. They got to know him in practice, and now he's a starting linebacker and has had a great day for Nebraska, emerging as one of the best players on that defense. Love that story.
4:56 to play. Drop ball, incomplete. That's at least 7.
Yeah, that's 7 drops, and nice little bubble screen. Try to get the ball moving for Illinois. And
Chuck, from your experience in the day, how much more now does it become a mental thing between quarterback and wide receiver?
Oh, it's all mental right now. It's fighting through the elements. Keep your concentration on the football. I like Wes Lunt's demeanor right now. He's not getting down on his guys.
Lunt goes back to work. Little outside of Geronimo Allison.
That was just a misthrow by Wes Lunt there. He threw it too far outside, or Geronimo Allison could only get one hand on the ball. And now they have a 3rd and 10, but here just a little stop route to the outside. He just threw it too wide.
Since that touchdown, Lunt is one of his last 6, and a big 3rd down. Illinois spreads the field. 4 wide receivers. Vaughn, the lone back. Lunt slings it. Incomplete. Had a man open, but just threw that ball short and skipped it. Incomplete. 4:45 to play, and Illinois forced to punt.
Well, Chris Webber, the middle linebacker, really caused this. He got in that throwing lane quick and forced Lunt to throw the ball too early, and he didn't get into his throw. He needs to throw that ball up a little higher. Not sure what Coach Cuba's trying to say right there, but that was Chris Webber getting that throwing lane quick.
Reisner hangs it high. Fair catch at the 38 by Westerkamp. A boot of 42. So a 42-yard punt, 4:38 to play, and Nebraska holding on to a 6-point lead. Next Saturday, nation's best teams right here on BTN. You'll see Ohio State hosting Maryland. Then at 3:30, we'll go to Ann Arbor as 16th-ranked Northwestern will battle 22nd-ranked Michigan. Then prime time, number 2 Michigan State. They'll go under the lights at Rutgers. That's next Saturday. Pre-game coverage starts early. Set your clock, Chuck. 10:30 Eastern on BTN and BTN to go.
Expect some Nebraska run game here to try to get in that 4-minute offense to eat some clock.
Handoff they do to Janovich.
And as you mentioned before, Greg, we may have to use a defensive timeout for Illinois just to have enough time on the clock for your offense. So see the strategy for Bill Cuba right now. But Nebraska should be using all of their play clock and run the football primarily. Should expect a run right here on 2nd and about 7. But you have to start using your play clock. And it looks like Tommy Armstrong is going to do that, watching that play clock.
Game clock just past the 4-minute mark. They take the snap with just seconds to spare. Ozigbo dances up to the 45-yard line. Monheim with the tackle.
Big call here on 3rd and medium. This is where a rollout or a bootleg pass with Tommy Armstrong. So if the pass is not there, he can try to get it with his feet. Comes into play. Or the quarterback run game. Put the ball in your superstar's hands right here on a critical 3rd down.
High snap. They go to Janovich. 1st down at the 49 of Illinois.
Or give it to the fullback.
They needed 3. They got 6.
But that was a quarterback read there. And Tommy read it right and gave it to his fullback. That's why they were able to get the 1st down. He's reading that at defensive end and gives it to his fullback. Good job by Tommy and his decision making.
You know, it's interesting, as you said, about Mike Riley. Had to get used to a fullback set at Nebraska. College football has changed so much with spreads. You know, the old day of the tough fullback, you just don't see it often.
You're seeing it come back a little bit, though.
Fresh downs, 1st and 10. Ozigbo could not turn the corner, maybe a yard.
Find that same outside zone play. Might start using timeouts here.
And Illinois will burn their first timeout. Down the stretch we go, 2:31 left in Champaign. Riley, Chuck, as you know, former coach yourself, taking a look and going through the checklist. What should I call? Certain situations. It's raining. It's windy. 2:31 left, and I've got a 6-point lead.
These are tough situations. I've been in that seat. Hard to do.
They're going just basic pounded football. Janovich will not go down. Finally bumped out 39-yard line.
Gotta love the way Andy Janovich runs with the football. Give it to your fullback here in 4-minute offense. Gets him in a 3rd and 1 now. Just a little inside zone. Has great vision. Gets the outside. Look at his power. Maybe they're trying to tackle him. Gotta love the fullback, Andy Janovich. Bringing it back. Bringing it back to college football.
3rd down and 1. Clock rolls up on 2 minutes. 30 yards on 8 carries. 7 yards is his longest.
Give it to him again.
Play clock is down to 3, down to 2. Quick hitter. Janovich takes 1, 2 along the line with him. This time to the 30-yard line.
They are just pounding it right now. And they're doing it with Andy Janovich, trying to seal this game.
Down the stretch again. 1:49 to play. We'll be back. Stay close. Nebraska trying to go 3-2, over 500, Chuck, for the first time in the Mike Riley era. They're a minute 49 away from achieving that goal. This drive, by the way, the old-fashioned way, Janovich, 4 carries, 27 yards. All he needs is a mud field, right?
That's all he needs. Here he is again, just an inside zone. And they're going to make Illinois use their last timeout. Smart football by Nebraska. And I would anticipate them running the ball again and look for Janovich.
So let's take a look, Chuck, at the Dr. Pepper player or play of the game.
Here's the outside run by Lionel Zigbo for the touchdown. Just a little outside zone play with Lyman leading the way. And Zigbo just powers his way into the end zone.
Up and over.
Up and over.
And that's the one-of-a-kind Dr. Pepper play of the game.
Not a lot of big plays today.
No.
We had to search a little bit, but we found one.
So Zigbo has come on the scene today. He's made a statement about his playing time. and what he's able to accomplish.
He has future playing time ahead of him.
Janovich trying to spin out of a tackle. Oh, that ball came out, but the whistle was blown. Yeah, I heard the whistle. They stacked him up with, what, 5 Illini at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, and Illinois needs to get up, get the ball back to the referees fast so they can spot it. There it is, just Janovich up in there, and yeah, the whistle's blown.
There's a whistle.
Yeah.
Good replay.
Bobby Janovich again.
Yeah, it's a plate full of Janovich. 230-pounder. This time, though, Armstrong throws it incomplete. I'm not sure. Was that a busted play?
That was not a busted play. That was a little bootleg play. And I'm not sure I like that call, especially in these conditions.
That's dangerous.
But he did have a wide open in the flat. He had a Zigbo wide open. Just a little slip bootleg is what it is. That is a design play. And, oh, Mike Riley's going, you got to be kidding me.
Taylor Barton was just so close. One bounce, maybe a ricochet, he could have an open look at a touchdown.
That's one of those plays where it's wide open. Shall we try it, Coach? Can we do it? Coach says, yeah, give it a shot. It would have iced the game if they would have completed it, but incomplete. Now you're like, oh, why did I make that call? Should have ran the ball.
Well, after the game, stay close. Final drive presented by FanDuel. That's coming up after the game. 55 seconds to play. Nebraska will jump to 3-2 and a Big Ten opener victory on the road.
Yeah, they ran that play, stop the clock. It's the last thing you want to do is stop the clock and give the other team a chance. But hey, I've been in this situation. Play calling is extremely hard to do, and everybody thinks they can do it, but until you're in that chair, there was actually a good call and would have been a icing on the cake for Nebraska. Well, a little slip bootleg, and nobody was out there.
How about the Huskers took a timeout? You know, one thing about Mike Riley, I mean, his season, there's been 2 huge disappointments. The miracle throw against Brigham Young,
right,
beat them in the final second, and then that overtime loss at Miami, 36-33. They know heartbreak, they know victory.
What they're just trying to decide now is whether to kick the field goal or not against this win. Or just run a play and try to eat some clock up. And
see, the ball is at the 8-yard line. 30, it'd be a 45er.
No, they're not going to try.
44.
They're going to run the ball here.
In the wind, I don't. Yeah. 55 ticks on the clock. Armstrong, blitz, picked it up, incomplete. 51 seconds left.
Yeah, it just wasn't a real long developing play. Didn't eat up clock at all.
You know, Illinois, it's not over.
It's not over.
I mean, as I mentioned, BYU, it wasn't over.
Not over. And no timeouts, though. A couple of pass plays, you're right at midfield.
Wind is behind Wes Lunt. He'll line up in the gun. 4 wide. Throws to the sideline. And they're going to say yes, a catch. Sam Mays at the 43-yard line.
Sideline comeback play. Lunt gets closer to his throw by stepping into it. Ooh, that's close.
Looked like a trap maybe. Low snap. Lunt throws. Has man coverage. They're fighting. There's a push. There's no flag. The crowd wanted the hanky to come out. Nothing at the 20-yard line.
Wow. Not sure why the flag didn't come out there. Let's take a look. Well, he does look back for the ball, and I don't see much there. I don't see much there. There's really a...
Review.
The previous play prior to that no call is under review, as we both thought the ground helped him trap that football.
Right. Looked like Illinois got the playoff, but they must have stopped it. It's been interesting today on the field.
Now this crew of Ron Snodgrass and replay Tom Fiedler, they've been busy. This game is going to be reviewed a couple of times just on a couple of questionable calls. But what do you think, Chuck?
Well, here it is.
Trapped it?
See the ball hit the ground there.
I'm not sure if his hands were underneath.
That's right.
The football.
That's it. His hands have to be underneath it, and they're not. Definitely has his body in bounds, but it doesn't look like he has his hands underneath the football. Critical call here. There it is again. Now, I didn't get that right hand underneath it. There's another angle. Has to be indisputable.
Yeah, enough as evidence to overturn the call because the call was complete.
Yep. All is complete. This is a big call for Illinois. They're trying to get the ball to midfield, and Nebraska's already had a Hail Mary against them this year.
Tanner Mangum, I'll tell you, he shocked the world, what, not once, but twice.
I know.
From Brigham Young University.
There it is again. It's the right hand that didn't quite get underneath the football for Mays. But he has a left one under. Looked like he had a left arm under. It's not the right one.
Long review. And we will get the call.
The previous play, the catch was made, and the ruling on the field stands. It is first down, Illinois. Please reset the game clock to 44 seconds. The clock will stop on my signal.
So let's clarify this, Chuck, because that is a catch,
right,
as it was stated on the field. The last play actually never happened.
Never happened. Erase it from your memory and from the stat book.
So the play clock at 44 ticks. First and 10, Illinois. Lunt deep over the middle. Got it! Inside the 10, Turner. And Illinois is knocking on the door.
And Nate Gary just lost his man in coverage. I don't know how he got behind because it was a too deep look. It is a huge play. Going fast now. Clock will run.
50-yard play. Lunt off his back foot. Incomplete. Two officials right on the spot. Geronimo Allison try to keep the foot in bounds.
And Wes Lunt had Geronimo Allison open on a little inside switch route. Here it is right here. He had him open early. He needs to get rid of the ball a little quicker. Let's see if he makes that catch. They will review it.
The play is under further review.
We're going back upstairs.
If Illinois scores here, it goes back to that. Nebraska had the ball. Here it is. When Nebraska had the ball, And they threw that little bootleg pass to an incomplete, not to use enough clock. Those are the things that come back to haunt you in games like this. Here's the catch. Let's look at it. Oh, what a great catch, and his toes could be in. Let's see it right here. Wow, that is great footwork by Geronimo Allison to try to stay in bounds on that throw. Again, West Lund had an open earlier.
The receiver's left foot was out of bounds when he caught the ball. Second down.
You know, that last high up angle, you can tell it is out. That's a little tougher there because it blends in. But yeah, right there.
Yep, he's out.
That's a good look as well.
Right. That left toe is out. Good look. Good angle on the play.
Keyshawn Vaughn lines up alongside Lunt. Stands in the pocket, throws. There's contact and a flag is out. Flag is out, pushing contact to the end zone.
Just a little pick play down here against man-to-man coverage.
Pass interference.
It's Kalu.
Defense, number 10. Ball we placed at the 2-yard line. Automatic first down.
Can you believe this ball game? Minutes ago, Nebraska looked like they had it sewn up. They've been down this road before.
Here it is, a little pick play.
And a hurry-up play. One on a rollout. Throws. The player took a stumble down at the goal line, incomplete.
It's basically all pass plays right now. If you run the ball, you're taking a big chance. If you run the ball and you don't get in, you better get lined up quick. This is basically all passes right now. And you have about 3 plays left. With the clock. It's all about the clock right now.
21 seconds to play. Quick throw. Up top. No. Out of bounds. Oh, my. Drama at its best.
2 plays left. Here's where sometimes you just take a gamble and you might run the ball like a quarterback draw or something. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be 2 pass plays.
Again, they spread the field with 4. Blitz coming, man coverage this time. Another flag is tossed. Contact end zone. Chris Jones is going to be the guilty party.
Just trying to fade route.
Pass interference. Defense, number 8. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
Just trying to mismatch with Geronimo Allison on Chris Jones. Just throw it up in the air. Allison's 6'4".
Chuck, that ball is on the nose at the 1-yard line. Plus fresh downs after the penalty. 15 ticks on the clock. And a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, I mean, it's first down. You may get, you have 3 plays the way they're throwing it. You have 3 for sure. You may have a 4th.
Quick snap, 1. Slingshots it. Touchdown! Touchdown, Illinois! Geronimo Allison.
What a drive and poise by West Lund.
Early on the field was a touchdown. Previous plays early on the review.
If that touchdown holds, Chuck, Illinois just went 72 yards in 41 seconds.
That's where clock becomes so important. Again, flipping back to Nebraska when they had the ball. Tried that little inside bootleg for an incomplete pass. I thought to myself, uh-oh, that might come back to haunt them. Illinois made them pay. And with Illinois' offense, with the wind, it didn't take them long, as you said, Greg. And a big pass play. They got behind Geary in a cover 2. That was almost a soft cover 2 defense. How he got behind him, I'll never know, but he did. And here's the touchdown right here. Let's take a look at it. You get both hands underneath it. Looked like he did.
10 seconds on the clock. Somehow Illinois fights their way downfield Multiple flags, second opportunities, and the fourth review, by the way, on this drive alone.
Here it is. It looks like he has both elbows underneath. Didn't take very long. It's going to be a
Ruling
touchdown.
on the field is confirmed. It is a touchdown.
And now the all-important extra point.
13 all, and the PAT will belong to Taylor Zaleski. He hit the 51-yarder to win it last week. Kicks up. Good.
Wow, that's just Illinois hanging in there. Making it happen on the last second drive with all the drops they've had today. They couldn't run the ball very well against a stout Nebraska defense. Hey, there's got to hand it to Bill Cuban and his staff and Wes Nutt. A terrific drive. They're hanging in there.
And Geronimo Allison digs that ball out for the touchdown. It was reviewed. He went down on a knee and caught that ball. And we talked about this game being a signature game for both head coaches.
Yeah. There's a touchdown pass. Big game for both coaches. Huge game for Bill Cuban. There he is, excited. Lunt had perfect placement in the corner, made sure no Nebraska defender could get their hands on it. And there's a reaction from Mike Riley.
Well, for the third time.
You've got to be kidding me.
For the third time, heartbreak is setting in for Nebraska.
They've literally lost 2 other games on seconds.
Hail Mary.
Seconds in a game.
Hail Mary from Brigham Young. Overtime field goal against, what was it, 2 weeks ago by Miami. And now today, heartbreak in Champaign.
Keep the ball alive. Do a little razzle-dazzle if you have to.
Clock has 4 ticks on it. One play.
One play. Usually it's a lateral or some kind of curl route. A stop route with
that's Illinois' bench where they confirmed the touchdown. There's going to be some celebration tonight in Champaign.
Too far for a Hail Mary against the wind. So look for a short pass and then reverses off of that. Just trying to keep the ball alive. Look for a short crossing route. It's about all you have left.
Illinois will rush 2, middle of the field, incomplete. It's over. Victory for Illinois. A Big Ten opener and a come-from-behind win against Nebraska.
Great job of hanging in there, fighting to the last minute, and it gets down to clock ball, managing clock. Tough loss for Mike Riley, but they will be good moving forward. They got better on defense, especially pass defense.
We talked about signature wins, and Bill Cuban just scored his first as the interim head coach here at Illinois. Heartbreak for Mike Riley in Nebraska. Let's go downstairs. Johnny Kane with Coach Bill Cuban, guys.
Coach, most of the times we see you keep a pretty even keel. How you feeling right now?
Unbelievable. These kids, they just fought the whole time. And I'm just so proud of them and so proud to be part of Illinois. It's I don't know what else to say. Golly, they played well.
Your football team's 1-0 to open Big Ten Conference play. Not easy to get a rhythm going today, but what happened there? You guys marched the length of the field there in under 1 minute to win.
Well, I think the big key was on the third quarter where we were able to get the clock. So we got the win. So that was big. Okay, I thought at the end of the third quarter we milked the clock, and then we got a chance to get the one more possession with the win.
We know the weather conditions today obviously affected some things. We talked about that. You guys go to the well down there at the end, Lunt to Allison. It's like you guys kept going with the same play there. How confident were you that he was going to make the play?
He's the best receiver we got. You go to your best guy, then you just let it go.
Coach, thanks. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
All right, Bill Hewitt, the Illini, with the 1-0 in conference play. Hugs all around, guys.
Well, it's going to be a celebration tonight. Johnny Kane, thanks so much. 14 unanswered points by the Illini, Chuck, in the fourth quarter.
You have to be excited for Coach Hewitt. Only 4 weeks on the job and a big win to start off the Big Ten season.
4-1 on the season. Nebraska drops to 2-3. And those 3 losses are all in the heartbreak category.
Those are tough losses for Nebraska, but they'll recover and do well.
Wes Lunt, 5 fourth-quarter comebacks in his last 2 seasons, and he's going to remember this night. In the rain, in the wind, against Nebraska.
I just loved his poise. He had a lot of drops today by his wide receivers, but I watched him after those drops, and he kept his head up, kept his demeanor and his poise, and kept those kids up, and they kept fighting for him. And that's what you want out of your starting quarterback.
Big Ten football. We got a taste of it today at the opener. Illinois rallies from 13 down to knock off Nebraska 14-13. Let's go to Chicago. Oh, there's so much to talk about in college football. Here's my call, guys.